He wants me to just come take a look at what he's got and make a decision to build him a cool truck. It's pretty clear that Bill's an optimist. I think that he thinks that I can do anything. And he's pretty close, but he had a few things that were too far gone. This thing's pretty rough. Everything's fixable to a point, but I don't think this is the one. He had one cab that was up here that it looked like a freaking asteroid hit it. I don't know what to say. It was completely wasted. You can see where all the panels come together. Water's been sitting in there and it's just rotted from the inside out. I nixed that. He showed me a few other things he had laying around, and I really think this 48 International, it's a KB8. I think this is a perfect candidate. This is the one we're using.
The KB8 International that I ended up with came from Montana, and a pretty straight cab for a 1948. It reminds me very much of my childhood on the chicken farm. The first one we had was a similar body style, and I remember it well. So I'm excited about it, and I think it's gonna be cool.
It's got a couple dents in the roof, but there's no cancer. Only a little surface rust. Looking around, he's got this KB8. I liked it because there was no rot. Take a little hammering to get the roof back into shape, but it looks good. I think this is the one. Doors operate smoothly. Dash is there. They've usually been picked clean, but this is really sweet. It's got all the knobs, gauges. It's like super old school. It's cool. It's pretty crazy how a truck this big would have such a tiny little cab. I mean, to have two big guys in here, you know, going to work on the farm or whatever they're doing, not much room. It's all business in here. It's got the VIN number tags. It's legit. This is a good start. It seems like it's all here. There's pieces all over the place, but they all look good. Yeah, this is a really cool fender. I'm not familiar with the bigger International stuff in these early years. It's got some big giant headlights, and it's in good shape. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No real rust, just a little weathering. I guess this is the donor chassis. He says it's in good working condition. The plus on this is it's got a low mileage, really powerful, modern turbo diesel engine with an automatic transmission. It's just too big for my shop. We'll have to do it here. The fact that we have all the parts for this makes it a lot easier. Typically I have to try to find some stuff, but it's all here, so I'm ready to get down. Everything I have done so far has been show car stuff, street car stuff. Building a cool custom truck is pretty much the same process, but the fact of this is it's got to be strong. It's got to be functional, and that's the challenge. Before I get started, I just wanted to get a quick look at how the cab looks sitting on the chassis. It's great to see the cab fit on the chassis. I really like the look of the original cab, and I'm glad I didn't have to cut it up. The problem is, the 48 fenders are set up for a much narrower axle. I made some measurements. I'm gonna widen these fenders 3 inches on each side. I'm gonna weld them all together and then fit it up. I'm already committed to what I'm doing.
We had the body off and laid it here, and in a very, very short order, he was widening the fenders, and I'm going, wow, how involved are we really gonna get?
The whole deal with how this thing is being widened is really just like creating your own puzzle pieces. So I put the fenders where I wanted them and just put in this high-cut piece of sheet metal to just make it happen. It seems like a huge deal just to get these things set up, but that's only the beginning. This is all preliminary steps. All the work I've done so far has been on the outside of the sheet metal. There's a lot of interior stuff, namely the engine and intercooler, radiator, they're huge. Since the thing's all in one piece now, I have to trim back all the excess sheet metal that's hanging around on the inside. My biggest concern with this build is the sheer size of it. It's a big truck, it's like 8 feet wide. So I'm basically just gonna put it on there and we'll see how it looks.
When I first walked in on this cab, I had my little grandson Lincoln with me, and he oohed and awed about it, and Ian liked that, I think.
Might seem silly, but Bill's grandson is here, and having him to review my work really helps out. Everything I do, I like to have sort of a childlike quality, you know, like a big toy. He looks at it, and it's Tonka time. Straight up, let's play. I was stoked to get the cab and the nose up on the chassis. Everything looks like it's gonna work out. It fits good, it's gonna steer. I'm charged, I'm ready to go.
When I saw the cab on the chassis for the first time, I went, oh yeah, this guy nailed it.
Looks like he's got a bunch of trailer hitch stock laying up here. So this should work for the slider. He's got more than enough. I want to make this nose slide forward and pivot. I think the trailer hitch stock will be the perfect thing to make this work. That's the stuff, man. So my idea for the sliding tilt nose, I got this trailer hitch receiver stock, and he has the interior section for that. See, it's different than the standard stuff because it's got rounded edges. So it slides on there pretty nice. I thought I'd take the rust off, but that seems like it acts as sort of a bearing. So this will be incorporated to the truck frame, 2 of them parallel, and then I'll cut 2 sections of this off, and the whole nose will slide forward, and then there'll be pivots here. So it slides off of the front of the truck and then pivots up. It's a telescopic square steel tube. It's super strong. I have a feeling it's gonna work out perfect. You can see here how they'll pivot. What I have to do now is create a cross brace that doesn't attach anything except the hinges so that the whole nose and bumper will rotate around this assembly. I have to widen this bumper no matter what. The whole concept with reusing material is that it gives you something you couldn't have thought of in advance. That's my trip, man. That's what I like to do. Find something and make it work. This is gonna be a recessed shape for the license plate to hang out in. The bumper is convex, it's curved on the front. The lip is about the same as this, about 2 inches, but then it curls forward. So I just left a lot of extra material out here so I can just put each side of the bumper welded in here and it'll be real strong. This grill is a little bent, so it's a little deceptive, but the whole framework is squared up with the body. So I guess I'm gonna just cut the bumper right in half and just kind of fit it and see what it looks like. I want these guys to be an even left and a right. So I'm actually gonna just bolt them together through the holes, and I'll make a scribe across so that the left and the right sides are equal. I'm just gonna tack this on. I'm gonna use this line as the top edge and make it parallel with that. Just like backwards, sort of. That's the straightest crooked bumper I've ever seen. I'll take it. Doesn't have to be perfect, just better be real good. It's a pretty cool idea because there was never a bumper this wide. None of those trucks had a French license plate. Nobody's got it like this. The whole thing is it's super subtle. It's like I'm all grown up. All right, this is more like it. Usually I'm laying on the ground underneath stuff. I feel a little more in my element. So all I'm gonna do here is we still have the hinge that's just floating. The big structure in the center is something I'm gonna tie into. Just gonna find some kind of a bar. Maybe I'll use the 2-inch stock we have, and I'll just weld it on, cut those braces away, and it should pivot. This is a pretty badass saw. This 2-inch tube is attaching on the far end to that big center section that I made, which is super strong. And it's gonna come across, hit the tab on this hinge, and also hit the bumper itself. So it'll be like a 3-point bracket hidden inside. Puts a little more strength in the whole assembly because even though you can't see it because everything's squared, there's a lot of triangulation in here. Helps with moving forward and backwards and up and down. All right, so the last part of this is getting the sheet metal attached to the pivoting bumper. The truck was a little bit off level. I'm not sure what's going on there. So that could be in the suspension. All I did was put a floor jack under the axle, and I got the whole bumper and the chassis leveled perfectly. Fortunately, there was this car lift here, so I just attached a piece of that to the cross bracing and kind of strapped it off to the motorhome over there and just got everything squared up. A little pushing and pulling, but now that it's in shape, centered, and level, I'm gonna just build a frame at a 2-inch square, same stuff we've been using. I'm gonna make an arch that goes up underneath each side of the fender, and then just build some kind of gusseting around that just to grab all the sheet metal so it doesn't get out of shape when it lifts. So you got this old bracing in here. My idea is to come back right near the slider there and then arch up around, grabbing that original brace and also having something up here in the top of the center of the fender. This truck was not set up for anything like this. The engineers never imagined this for this vehicle. So I'm just building like a whole new front of the frame, basically. It's a bunch of jigging up and making sure everything's square, and then attaching it to the chassis so that it's strong and in line. So the whole idea is as this bumper's pivoting, this will pivot as well, but it'll offer support to the sheet metal. So I'm gonna do that on both sides, and then I'll follow up with those arch shapes. I've seen Bill come peeking around. You know, I've been hard at work. I think he's a little skeptical, but that only fuels the fire. That's making me want to make this happen. Yeah, the idea with using these curved pieces is by putting them through that machine, it makes them incredibly rigid. It puts a lot of stress in it. So these, along with a few other gussets, will be the support of all the sheet metal inside. The way that this curve comes in is going to be perfect. You see it intersects the original bracket in the fender. I can just trim that back, weld it up, and I'll make a miter joint down at the bottom here. It'll work out good. Once I got the under structure in place, I had to move on to the gravel pan. It was the last thing I needed to do to see if my idea was going to work. The original truck has like this splash pan, gravel pan, whatever you want to call it. It's like a trim sheet metal that goes between the bumper and the fenders. All right, so I'm going to try to splice these pans in. The dimensions from the fender to the bumper are a little bit different. And there's no real reason to use these except that I like the little design. It makes it look a little more old-fashioned. The frame spot doesn't really match up as it did in the other one. I'm probably just going to cut them in half and piece together what I can. It would have been 10 times easier to just take a piece of steel and fill in the area where the gravel pan is. It's little things like this gravel pan modification that are my signature. See, this got split in half before it was all taken apart, so this guy will just weld right up to the grill like that. I'll lap it onto the bumper, steam it in, cut it right through there, move it over. This little bump doesn't line up with the frame, so I'll probably just make a new shape to cover the frame that'll sort of represent what was there. Right, so we're gonna cut her up, weld her in, get her done. Trying to use the original stuff because it's got these cool embossed ridges in it, and that's really gonna sell it. When somebody looks at it, it looks old, factory stock, but it's mutated, and that's really cool. There's a lot of work in getting this to fit, but it's worth it in the end, I know it. That damn. Par for the course. All of this work, I finally get the thing ready to tilt, and it's stuck. Bill's standing right there. It's just perfect.
It wouldn't move. It wouldn't move. And I went back to the, damn, it's so heavy, we can't do it. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, now what?
When you got 5 million welds, your percentage of some attaching themselves to the cab is increased, so in the end, that's what happened. The thing would not hinge open because it was welded shut. Like that. And it'll pivot up. Like that. There it is. You got a tilt nose.
It is just awesome. Really cool. Everything I hoped it would be.
Going for the KO, but I hung in there. I was bobbing, I was weaving, I was ducking. Pulled it off.
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears by that young man right there.
I find it easier to just put like a whole bunch of stuff all over the table, and it's kind of like a cooking show, you know? I don't really know what I'm doing, just as long as it's green. I'm gonna spray it. Put a little of that, shake of that, stir in some of that over medium heat and bake for 30 minutes. I think what I'm gonna do is just put a big heavy coat, first wet base coat on the roof, and then I'll move over to the doors after I get the first coat on the cab. Got this thing painted, assembled. This truck is clean. I mean, it's really badass. I wish I could drive it. The cool factor is that it's super subtle. The few people who've seen it are just blown away. Just because it looks like a stock truck. I mean, it's hard to tell. And you do the special hood and you show them what's going on. And it's cool. I can't wait to take this thing to a show. The thing I like most about it is the front view. Obviously, we know the fenders are widened, but you don't think that when you look at it. You just think, what a freaking big truck.
There's not one thing I would change on this truck. I love everything about it. A lot of that is due to Ian and his persistence and his fabrication.
My job was all the heavy fabrication and assembly, and then Bill got down on all the accessories and finishing parts. He polished out all the stainless steel, got some bitchin' aluminum rims, got the special mirrors, the chrome horns, the air cleaner, I mean, he knows what a truck needs to be legal on the road, so he fitted out with everything DOT approved and all the trick, cool looking stuff too.
Oh, the best thing is, of course, the tilt front end that I was very apprehensive about. You know, it's just awesome. I mean, I've showed it to people and they go, really? How does that work? Well, works like this, and you just pump this hydraulic jack and it tilts and goes out. But people that are not even car or truck people are very like, wow, it's just something way different. And that, of course, is the best part. And that it still has the old look. When it's rolling down the road, you can't tell the front tilts like that. But when you stop and you tilt it, cool.
The cool factor, it's like, it's a real question mark. That's the whole thing. It's people look at it and guys who know trucks are like, there was no roll-off trucks in 1948.
I think Ian, as time has gone along and I've done the little things that I've done to it, he now gets that it's going to be a working truck. I don't think he really got that before because he's never built anything like this. It's mostly show cars and toys. It's a show truck and it's a toy, but it's a working all of that. It's a multi-functioning truck. It'll function as a flatbed truck, a dump truck, a van, does everything. And that is the beauty of that truck. Yeah, I just use it mainly as a toy. If my wife were here, she'd say it's an expensive toy, which that's okay. It pays for itself and I have fun and that's what life is. But the truck itself worked perfectly. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with it. Turned out great.
In the end, I mean, Bill is stoked. He's super happy about it, and I'm jealous. That means it's a good project. Typical Don scene. He's got pallets of stuff, so I didn't know if we were looking left or right. He points to this one on the left, and it's a bunch of vintage tin work. Looks like it's an old Ford or something. The thing behind the pile of stuff is a C-cab. It's a really early Ford truck. It's really old, and I think it's cool. So this thing is like 92, 95 years old,
Yes.
something like that? Wow. This thing doesn't even have rust, man.
The cab is basically really straight, no rust, has a lot of potential. As old as it is, it's in pretty darn good shape. I've got the frame for it, got some of the fenders.
Oh, wow.
Yes, this is what started this whole idea.
This whole thing started with Don finding this manual hand crank. It's a tow truck winch. It's dated like 1930 or something.
Well, that winch has been sitting in storage for 33, 34 years now. I always thought it'd be really cool to have a vintage tow truck, basically to move stuff around here on the compound. I don't have a boom for it, so maybe that's where your magic can come in, is putting this stuff together.
Don's missing everything mechanical. He's got a mechanical hand crank winch. He just needs everything else.
Oh heck, that truck's missing a whole bunch of stuff. It doesn't have a motor, it doesn't have a transmission, it doesn't have a drive shaft, it doesn't have front and rear suspension. I mean, it doesn't have a steering column. It is absolutely a basket case of parts with a whole bunch of parts missing.
If we could find a rolling chassis, then it's like just mount this body on there and, you know, do it kind of hot rod style. Don and I have been working together for such a long time. He's thinking, hey, anything's possible. And it really is, because I know that Don's got the parts. Somewhere in this property, he has everything we need to make this happen. Don's got this 1-ton dually just sitting there. The way I see it is this is a huge upgrade from 1919. This is like 1969, you know, it's like way more developed. This truck is gonna drive like Henry Ford never imagined.
But I think it's a little bit, the cab's too small for this.
I think this could work, man. I don't see why not. I mean, if we have to cut that cab or do something to this frame, it doesn't matter back here, it's a utility bed. It's just that that nose of the cab is so narrow in the front, we might have to do something.
And the frame looks straight. It doesn't look like it's been tweaked or
I think it's a good start, man. Get this cab out of the way and let's get it inside and lay it out.
Well, when we first started mocking it up, it just didn't look right.
It just looks like it's got a little thing stuck on the back.
It does. Yeah, standing at this angle, it does. So Ian and I looked at each other and go, this isn't going to get it. We need to come up with something else.
Like if we did use these 4 members and we went back to the winch.
Yeah, I think that'll work.
I like how the line comes down into the winch. It looks like it's one piece.
Yes.
If we opened this up and created, you know, like that big crane shape. The whole deal is how this truck looks as a whole. And then finally, after moving the pieces around, you just know when you hit the sweet spot. I think we should go with that.
I think this is it.
Now that we got this thing mocked up, I'm ready to move on, really get started on this truck. Once Don and I got the basic structure of the boom figured out, it's time to bring it to life. I'm just building this perimeter frame around the base that's going to be like a subframe that anchors that winch and also holds the uprights. Got a whole bunch of this C-channel from Industrial Metal Supply. It's 4" by 1.5. It's a 3/16 wall. I'm going to build each side flat on the table, and I'll stand them up and then tilt them in and join them at the top. This boom needs to be strong, but it's never going to pick up really heavy stuff. Because it's a hand crank winch with a pulley, it's got a weight limit. The end result will be that this will be a great rig for Don to use around the yard, around the compound. So the fit up here is pretty loose because I'm seeing like a big 1/4" plate coming out and making a nice gradual arc so that the hook is a little bit further out from the back of the truck. Once I got the boom structure on the truck, it's all about tying in the hand crank. I know I'm gonna have to build something off the front of this. I really like the idea of keeping this rustic old angle iron frame. It would be easy to just unbolt the winch and put it on something fresh, but the whole look of the truck is like old-fashioned. I'll just build a little discreet brace underneath to bolt it to, so it'll be just presenting, it'll be out in the open. And then I'll put a cross member under here that'll support the front of that. Even though we're basing this structure on what Don and I mocked up, I still am trying to bring some kind of a design element into it. The winch looks good there. The last thing for me to do is just mock up some kind of an end cap. All the tow trucks we're looking at seem to have this detail at the end where the cable came over and then had a pulley that kind of drooped down. So I'll make an oversized one of these cardboard deals. The big issue I'm having is this negative space with the plate on top. The fix may be to truss it out with some 3/16 flat bar on the outside of this whole thing. Like, come off of that plate and down, and then back, and then back. Once the structure of the boom was in place, I'm just thinking about designs that can crisscross this pattern. It's a pretty weird triangular shape, so I'm just laying out tape in random directions just to get an idea of how the space will be filled. I'm not really sold on this truss idea. I put in 3 cross pieces and felt like it was gonna work. I kept adding to it and it just got out of control. I wanted Don to come in, check it out, just see what he thought.
Wow. That's looking good, Ian.
I'm getting carried away, man.
Got the back hacked off. Yeah.
The problem I'm having is with this tape.
It's a little busy, isn't it?
Act as if that isn't there for now.
Okay. Ian had put a bunch of tape on the structure that we were doing.
The whole reason I was getting carried away with this tape was I had a couple pieces of flat bar, and I loved the fact that if we used that big 1/4" plate you have and put it on the outside and create some kind of a truss structure over the top of this so it's really dimensional.
I think on that strapping, it was just gonna be way too busy.
I think the way that I build things is just understanding that I don't know what's best. I'm just leaving it open to happen.
But I really like this shape, how it's taking.
I thought by turning the C-channels backwards like that, showing them, it just made it look a little more old-fashioned.
I think you're right. And that's what we want to go with, the older look.
Well, again, with the trussing, maybe we leave it out. I thought it would be really cool to, make it very fancy. I was really trying to make something out of this boom. I was going for the Eiffel Tower, and Don just wanted something way simpler.
I think you nailed it like this. This will work absolutely great like this. I thought he might get a little too carried away on it. It's hard to keep up with Ian. He moves so fast, but I like it the way it is.
There's a ton of different design elements needed to bring this thing together. My process is to stay open to new ideas, and that's just how I work. I'm not sure Don's on the same page. I'm just gonna keep working through this, and Don's gonna go grab more parts. You can see here how this is spreading out so wide. So the wheel will fit inside here, perfect. The cable comes through into the wheel, bolt passes right through here, and the other wheel will be out here. But I'll clamp this in after I get this stuff welded up. The triangle shape of this boom was so irregular in the way that the main support beams came together, I felt that a top cap would just simplify the whole deal. Coming up with the design for this top cap, I thought it was just gonna have one pulley. But I realized that the look of it required two. It seemed like the cable was going to be rubbing on the framework, so by putting two pulleys, it allowed it to come up over the top and then out of the back just a little more smoothly. Seeing the boom and the winch on the truck is awesome. It's really the start of what this vintage truck should look like. We could replace this 70s styled steering wheel with something more period correct later. So these are the fenders. I made a couple marks and set it up. I measured these fenders up front to rear. The clearances are cool. They're even, they're in place. I'm gonna tack them on. The next challenge is getting these running boards in place. They need a pretty heavy support structure that has to tie into the frame. I like these running boards. It's a really great running board, I'm not disputing that. My concern is the transition from the radius to the front fender detail. So I think I'm gonna end up building off of the running board instead of cutting it back. Yo!
Brought you some more material.
Don shows up with more random scraps. Here he is wheeling in some old diamond plate. Well, you're right on time, man.
Yeah, well, perfect.
Check out what I got.
Hey, those are looking slick. Yeah, it's so cool seeing this old stuff. It's been in stock up against that house for a long time.
Various states of pileage.
Well, if I wasn't such a pack rat, I wouldn't have all this stuff. Now, the wife thinks I'm out of my mind, but...
Well, she's not the only one.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, I'm a hoarder. Definitely, I collect stuff, I hoard stuff. I don't get rid of anything unless the wife has some say to it, but having Ian to be able to utilize most of this stuff has just been absolutely great. And it might work out for a parade, too.
Don's really happy with the progress on this truck. Still a lot more to do, but I think we're on the same page.
It sure worked out
So
good,
it's the
didn't it?
69 Chevy steering column. I just shortened it up. We started talking about the rear of the truck. What are you thinking about this rear bumper? Do you have any material or like any guesstimate of what you want to see here? Don said he's got a great bumper, and I think this diamond plate might be just what I need. The big missing piece in this whole equation is this area here. Once again, Don's got the parts. We found some side pans from a Model A. See the way it worked on the Model A. Came down below the running board, and then this angle came up into the fender. We run into the same issue with the running board in that it's short coming into the bed. To me, it's gonna be better to make this part. We're trying to tie in the fender, the running board, and the cab. It's just gonna look better if it's scratch built. First thing is to just pull this around. So it's about 90 degrees. See, the sheet metal brake makes a really hard angle. This makes a nice mellow angle. So that was like, you saw 2 seconds of pulling, but it stretched the metal into this really rigid compound curve. It's like a puffed shape. I'm all about trying to just find stuff and modify it so I can use it, but sometimes there's just no other alternative. And that's really where your craftsmanship comes from, is when you can just build from scratch. But the curve indexes just below the body and comes down to the running board. So now I gotta trim this top side to fit roughly, and then I'll measure out my flange to cover those holes, turn it back under like a hem edge, tack welder in. The 20 gauge sheet being super flimsy, you can see by putting these bends in it, it's very strong now, and that's cool. This side panel's gonna work. The real hard part is getting the running board to fit up with the front fender. So that's gonna be a pretty big deal to make that work, fabrication-wise. This truck coming together, we gotta get started on the engine work. Don says he's got a small block Chevy, but of course it's buried out in the yard somewhere, and we gotta go get it. Out here in Don's back 40, he's got stuff piled so deep, you have to call in the big crane to get it out. Don's treasure's down there. So instead of moving all these cars and everything, we're just gonna move the racks. Finally, we're out of the shop, you know? Get away from the truck for a minute. This is a really intense build because it's all business. This engine was looking pretty rough. Don's claiming that this is the buried treasure, and I'll tell you, it was buried. Take her up.
This engine that I've got is a good engine. It's a small block Chevy. I've probably had it about maybe 13, 14 years.
I tell you, Don, this is looking good, man. This is like new old stock. This is a fresh engine. If ever I've seen fresh stuff, this is it. This is great. See you later. So to get out and swing around on the crane for a while, yeah, it helps clear the head.
I'm gonna clean this engine up a little bit, pull off all the unnecessary parts, and ship it back over to Ian, because I know he's got a lot of work to do on it.
We got a brand new transmission from Monster, so it's really like 90% there. This piece is really subtle. It's a small part, but if I don't get it right, it's gonna be totally noticeable. I'm using the detail on the end of the fender, which is a rod shape, and I'm just gonna make a gradual S curve down into the bottom of the running board and sheet it. It doesn't belong that way, but at least it's gonna match. You know, you'd never see that anywhere else. You really don't grow unless you're, challenged. There's gotta be some pain there, like working out, So even though I'm not able to go out and just do my funky dance, it's like a workout. This thing is just pushing my skills to make something happen. Yeah, to try to create this weird, it's almost like a horn, like a bullhorn, right? A section of that, like a steer horn. And to create that really tight curve in one piece of metal would require a huge amount of stretching. So I'm gonna shrink the two insides of each curve and they'll lap over. This is the side profile of the wheel arch going down into the fender. And that's why I chose this method to put it together, because at least it draws a flowing line. The whole idea here is the next piece is gonna come off of this existing fender and just wrap right over it. So there'll be a seam about a ½ inch in. That's why I just curled that edge pretty tight. I've come a long way with this truck, but to me it's all about the finishing details. If you can pull it off convincing, then it's a real winner. This rod, you can see, comes straight through. It drops down and into the bottom of the running board. And this little flange here just is what it is. It disappears and goes right under. I'm really happy with this. It's one of the main issues I needed to make work, and I think it came out fine.
The way he molded it in and blended it in, I mean, it just looks like it came from the factory.
All right, to start off the front end, I thought the radiator and grill shell would be the best place, start front row and center. We're on to the more enjoyable part of it, which is accessorizing. Don had a couple sections of a Model A rear bumper, so I shot him an idea of using those on the front of this chassis. Our front end design has two side pieces of existing Model A bumpers, so we're ending up with a space in the middle to fill. So Don had these stakes from the garden. Don had these garden stakes. I don't know what he was thinking, but, and you know, I'm always open to nuance, but I don't know if this tent stake is really the right choice. Sometimes when stuff doesn't look right, it just leads you to a better idea. I think we're gonna have to come up with some kind of a center element that just stands on its own, and then it has these two little side flaps. The rear bumper's a big tube, so this obviously is gonna be a mismatch. It's a work truck, so a tube bumper's appropriate in the back. I'm thinking like some kind of a utility front bumper, like you'd see on a work truck, a fire truck or something. I'm gonna cut off the front section of the frame, and I have an idea of a way to make this work. I had this super old school toolbox. It's definitely period correct. So maybe I'm just gonna make a little tray that'll just hold the toolbox there. That's something a tow truck would have, you know? This toolbox came from the guy that taught me almost everything I initially learned with sheet metal work. I was working in roofing in New York City, making gutters, all kinds of decorative copper elements, and this was the dude's toolbox. It's legit. I like little details like this. It gives the project cool elements that have their own story. I got the headlights mounted on their stands, and it's cool too because it really does have a Model A feel. You know, looking at it from here, if you know the front fenders aren't Model A. But the grille, the placement of the headlights, the style of the headlights, and the curved fenders and running board, it's looks a little bit more updated than your 1923 C-Cab. For the windshield frame, Don had this really neat oval tube. I don't know what it's from, but I think it'll serve our purpose perfectly. On this cab, I have pictures I took from the internet, and it looks like the windshield is about this tall, but it just sits up inside. It's the weirdest thing, because you can see the roof is way wider than the windshield. They were never intended to match. It was more like an air deflect, or it was a wind shield. It just shielded you from the wind, and that's where the term came from. Well, I'm gonna TIG weld all this because it's gonna make a nice little weld bead. Hopefully I won't have to sand or do any detail work to this. It'll just be a nice stainless steel TIG weld. Looks like an old truck. So Don is gonna get the paint and all the final details on this project together. It's almost wrapped. I can't wait to see it finished.
Ian nailed this thing. It's unbelievable. The stuff that I gave him to work with, he knocked it out of the park. I mean, look at that truck. It is just absolutely beautiful.
This one was really getting to me. The mismatch of parts was bothering me to no end.
There's stuff from the 40s, there's stuff from the 30s, there's stuff from the 20s, and then the drivetrain and frame is from the 60s.
The whole challenge here was using the parts that Don wanted. The hand crank was really the impetus behind the whole thing. The truck was styled around that era hand crank, so that's my favorite part of the rig, and really without it, it wouldn't have been this truck at all. It went from a pile of parts on a pallet to an operating tow truck.
Ian had built Patty this electric dune buggy that she can drive around the compound here. She drove it until the batteries were dead, and then we went and picked her up. We put a hook on it and towed it back for her.
The whole thing here was getting Don his fantasy truck. I'm charged up and Don is stoked. Don added all the final details to really finish out this project. The wooden bed and that giant old school hook really give it that vintage feel.
Working with Ian on this project really opened my mind to a lot of things, and this project came out killer. I mean, it came out way better than I expected it.
Don's totally into this truck. He's got a huge stash of projects and the possibilities are endless. In Fraser Park, California, this fella John has got a big project. Of course, typical car guy stuff, we start with the Grand Tour.
I'd say I'm a collector. I have a lot of international harvesters.
I guess you're like into the whole military truck thing.
Well, I have some military stuff. I've gotten rid of a lot of it.
What's with the ammo boxes?
Parts storage.
I guess you got a lot of parts. This is my kind of guy. He's got parts all over the place, a collection of just military stuff. Whoa, so this is like a Jeep front, but it's an
That's
ambulance.
a M725 ambulance, Vietnam era.
Like a MASH Jeep.
I used to have all of them. I had the 715, the 726, and the 724. And as years have gone on, I got a few other little military things laying around.
Holy moly. He said he had a big truck, so I'm thinking like a lifted 4x4 or something. I walk up on it, and this is like massive.
Now, it's a Mack 10-ton, 10-wheel drive, and M123A1 Charlie.
I don't know what all that means, but I could tell it's big, it's heavy duty, it's all business.
It was for hauling tanks, for armored vehicles. I ended up getting it from my friend that had a wrecking yard. Cost me a searchlight off of a World War II destroyer that I had.
So, I mean, what's the end game? What's your ultimate plan for this fine
The end
machine?
game, I'm going to use it as a fully self-contained all-terrain motorhome when I want to go camping and or four-wheeling.
Anywhere.
And pretty much anywhere if it'll fit.
I see. The ultimate bug-out vehicle
Yes.
for the end of days. I guess in simplest terms, John wants an off-road RV. What?
Well, I'd like to turn it into an extra cab or a crew cab.
John starts explaining that he actually wants to create a four-door vehicle. He has a bunch of other pickup trucks around, and they're four-door utility vehicles, and he wants to mimic that look with this giant truck. I've done a couple other big truck projects, and what always amazed me is how small they are inside. It's pretty crazy. Even like a passenger car has more room inside than this. So I could see why you want to extend this cab, because you're right up on the wheel. You want to recline a bit.
I'm 6'2", slightly portly, so my belly hits the steering wheel. So I need a little more room in the cab.
What if we just got a duplicate cab and welded that on and made that the four-door
That's
body?
kind of what my idea was.
Okay.
I've got a friend, he's got a cab. Got to go find a command shack for it, which is an 8x8x12 insulated shack.
He wants to put some kind of a camper box on the back.
Military used the command shack for sometimes small weapons, fix-its in the field where they repair them. They call them an M109.
This is par for the course in any project. John's attempting to convince me he's building a practical vehicle out of the most impractical parts I've ever seen. Count me in. You got 3 pieces. All we need to do is get one of them in the shop.
Which is supposed to be 10.5 feet from the top of the stacks down. If I measured right, it should fit in the doors. If it doesn't, it will make its own hole.
There's no way this box is going on the truck in the shop, but if I can get this truck inside, it's gonna be way nicer. Always wanted to drive one of these things. I've been wanting to drive this thing since I saw it in his driveway. Here it is, I'm ready to roll.
See, it's a little bit, it's not made for people of our size, really. Oh, you can get it.
Made for teenagers, man. This thing is pretty raw. The only thing I can compare it to that I've ever driven is like a race car because it's very mechanical. You feel everything. The clutch on this thing is hard. It shifts like an old truck. I like it. I was just gonna turn this thing around and try to park it in the shop, but as soon as I turn the wheel, power steering. I'm gonna take this thing around the block a few times.
Well, when he's driving my truck around on the lot, it looks really neat. I like it. I didn't like it when he went out and down the street because I didn't know if he was going to bring it back.
This was a full adrenaline rush, you know, testosterone to the brain. Just driving this thing for a couple blocks, I wanted it, man. 900 cubic inches, that's all I have to say. You get that with a manual 5-speed, I don't care if you're going 2 miles an hour. I wanted this truck. Now I just gotta see if this thing will fit in the shop.
Big outside. It looks bigger inside because it just barely fit.
Is it gonna fit?
But it's just a little truck.
I love this thing.
Ain't she a peach?
I want one. That's the test drive. I'm sold. I'll take it. I'll build you 9 cars. I will sign off. I'll build you 9 more cars if you let me have this one.
No, mine. It's my little baby. This is one of my dream projects I've had for many years, and my wife would probably kill me if I came home with 9 more.
After being able to drive this, all of a sudden I got a whole new perspective. I'm ready to rock this thing out, man. This is cool. This big truck is in the house. It's time to get started on it. We got a couple good ideas. All I need to do is make it happen. All right. So we got one big truck, and one piece of another big truck. It's not designed to just mate up to the other one in the way he wants to do it. The good thing about this is that it's an exact duplicate of the truck he has. The rear wall will be retaining, and then the doors are stock doors if we can find a pair. So the good thing is it matches that style perfectly. This is some heavy military equipment. I'm not even a gun fan, but after driving that truck, it started to feel like Rambo. Not only were they cool on the truck, but they're even cooler in hand. You know, they say a bird in the bush, that type of thing. These things make good-looking faux weapons. If we don't use them on the truck, I'm keeping them. Every time I wake up, I'm back in Saigon. Looking over the truck, I realized that the whole roof unbolts. I have seen these without roofs, and now I know why. They pop right off just like a Jeep or a Ford Bronco. Just a bunch of series of bolts, and it comes off in one piece. This roof is way off the ground. It's gonna be tough for one person to take it off, but I got a couple of angle irons that I'm using for the rocker panels. I'm just gonna make a slide and slide it away. So, these are actually gonna be the rocker panels. I just use them to slide that roof off, but they gotta stay here anyway. One thing I didn't realize was how much taper there is in this cab. If you look at it, these walls are getting wider as they come back. I knew it was tapered, but not this much. Let's see what we got. Because the cabs are the same, I'm gonna measure this one on the floor just to see how much it tapers. It's a good 8 or 9 inches narrower in the front. I think the easiest option is gonna be to cut this body right in half and open up the triangle. The whole issue here is you have 2 triangles stacking behind each other, and I'm gonna put a square behind a triangle. First thing is always cutting it apart. Typical story of the butcher in the meat market. He knows how to cut the cow, I cut the car. So I cut everything away that holds this triangular shape in place, and now I can just swing the walls out independently, and the triangle becomes a square.
My back isn't working so good and stuff. I have a hard time walking, so I'm sitting here directing from the director's chair to see what he's doing and help him out and give him ideas that he probably has already thought of. As he got the cab up onto the truck, now he's kind of manhandling it in. Those days are gone for me.
Like a glove.
That's almost there.
Looks like I know how to measure after all. What do you think?
It's a big truck to begin with, but now as it's being pieced together, it's getting bigger.
John was only theorizing on this whole setup too, so once I get this body in place, he starts double thinking his measurement on the box that he's gonna put on the back.
I may have mismeasured the back. I'll have to measure it.
His primary concern is he doesn't want this thing overhanging the rear bumper. He did a couple guesstimations. We just got to verify that it's all going to work.
Of course, we need to double check my measurements to make sure the command shack will fit on it.
Talking about wanting to see the back bumper, right?
Yep.
Walking back out to the box, I hadn't taken a second look at it, but it really has to match this chassis. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do something. Best case scenario would be that this box fits. We get to keep our body as it is, and we carry on. Well, this is measuring 12'6" outside.
Okay.
So we're gonna go back in, measure the truck. If we got at least 12'6", it's gonna work. If we leave this bracket in place, I'm measuring 12'11" to the end of the bumper, so that's like a 5-inch slack. So we got a few inches to spare. Just like a pickup truck, there'll be a good space between the box and the cab. Structurally, that's gonna work and that's gonna work. The main concern for me is mating up these two bodies. Now we have this mismatch where the old fender used to bolt on. He wanted to retain the vent that was in the cowl.
I was thinking just running like making this a solid wall. Bring it up the top.
What if you just framed up 2 sticks and put a window in place, just a solid mount window?
As the two cabs are coming together, he explained to me how he was going to put a window in there or just leave it a flat metal plate.
So see if we just sheet straight through, leave the vent, we'll cover all this straight through. And then if we have a fixed window right there, it makes it look a lot more open air. You still get the support. And then when you're sitting in your driver's seat back here, you're not looking at a wall if you turn your head.
That's a good idea. Excellent.
That'll work.
So it'll look like it was naturally made as a crew cab from the factory.
Setting these two bodies together wasn't a huge challenge in my head, so I'm glad it worked out. It's the unseen that kind of gets you. We got through this part of it. It's very simple sheet metal patchwork now. John's working on getting a couple doors. For me, the big concern, aside from the doors, is the roof. So I just put a little skim of filler over the welded area. It doesn't have to be show car straight. It's gonna be this simple rattle can camo paint job, but I didn't want any of the welded seams to show. All in all, it works cool. I think the big seller in the whole thing is the vents, you know? That little detail right here tells you it's the same truck, the rare factory 4-door version. Everything about this was very straightforward. I think the roof is gonna be a different story. John and I kicked back and forth a few ideas, but nothing makes a decision like seeing the mock-up. So, in the industry, we call this the roof holder-upper tool. So not only do I have to repair this dent, but I gotta change the profile of the sidewalls. And I don't think all my martial arts experience in the world is gonna fix, oh, look at that. It's almost perfect. What do you think, Hellhound? Is it gonna work? Just like the other projects I've changed the roofs on, this is a really hard shape to make. Thus, our blueprint will begin. The thing is, you almost can't use this because the taper is now different. So to just splice in a small sheet, it's probably just easier to make a whole new side profile and top skin. All through here, this is enemy territory. John was asking about maybe putting a higher crown towards the rear. If you're looking at the truck, he wants this to be maybe a little bit taller. The whole idea being up there in the mountains, it does snow fairly heavily, as infrequently as it may be. He's talking about more of a wedge, let it slide off when the sun comes out. So I got the two cabs welded together. It's looking good. John's coming in today. I got the doors. I'm not even gonna tell him about the seats. That's kind of a surprise. I just want him to come in, see what's going on, you know, feed him little pieces at a time.
Look what I got.
All right. Hysterical vehicles.
Hysterical. Oh, upside down. Well, that's all right. When I first came in, I knew he was working fast, but I didn't know he was working fast.
I got some work done on the cab. I got the roof started.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, we just needed some doors to wrap that up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to look around as hard. Glad that he got the doors, was able to find them, because they're out there. They're just kind of hard to find.
He was really trying to come up with some, and I guess the guys who want them want to hold on to them. So it was cool that I got them. It's going to really help streamline the process. Well, let's see if them doors are going to fit. I'll push this up against the truck.
You get out of the way then.
We go to put this thing on, of course, right away. I'm expecting the worst, like it's not going to fit. No, these hinges are all ganked up.
You want a little hammer to tap it in? Oh, there you got it. Almost there.
Yeah, these have just never been put together. Stubborn. All right.
Emergency persuasion was indicated.
That part worked. Hey.
All right, whoa.
Yeah, door gaps are good. That's good. All we have to do is loosen up the hinges, align them, and it popped right on. It was the right door for the job. Window rolled right up and the door latched tight.
Ah, that looks really good. Now it's looking like a truck again, a big truck.
If you're cool with just letting me go on that window detail, I can build that out, but what I really needed your input was how much you wanted that back of that roof to come up.
Okay.
Since John wants this thing angled up in the rear, that's the first thing we need to mock up, is exactly what the roof pitch is gonna be. So, a couple envisioning tools, couple stacking blocks, and we're on to the mock-up.
When we started talking about the roof, Ian and I didn't really want to have a flat roof, and Ian came up with this idea of matching the roof to the contour of a portion of the front hood.
Well, what I'm seeing, style-wise, see how that hood does that little detail?
Yeah.
If those two angles kind of flow together, like if you were to put, this is one of my envisioning tools. You gotta squint one eye and then you take a lean. So if you look at that angle,
right,
and you transfer that angle to the roof, so I think that has to come up about 6 inches minimum.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
There's like this cool curved angle in the hood. I think I'm gonna try to translate that to the look in the roof.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. You have to come down and look and see if you concur.
That's the way I do it. Take a bunch of sticks, stand back, look at it, and if it's good, we go forward. Now I think that angle though, see, even from here looking at that and then look at the brake on the hood, more matching what's going on the hood. This detail is a subtlety. It matters to me because I'm trying to make the coolest truck ever. And that's what you gotta do.
What are you gonna use out of the original roof? Just the two ends that are up there after you cut it?
Those compound curves at the back corner are really hard to make.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use those, and I'm gonna use the detail with the weather strip that goes to the windshield. The main thing I'm trying to do here is just establish some kind of a strong base that we can build off of. Extending the cab means this roof is pretty darn big. It's about 24, 25 square foot. So I need to build a structure that's super strong. It's pretty simple in concept, but the actual layout is pretty complex. The sides have to be parallel. The whole roof surface has to be smooth. You don't want it to look all freaked out and wavy, and that's really what this inner skeleton dictates.
When you finally finished getting all the ribs kind of mocked into place, we stepped back and took a better look at it.
So if you're happy with this layout,
Yeah.
I can go ahead and I'll make a whole skeleton structure before we do any skinning.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the other doors so you could put it together. Now it looks really, now you can really see what it looks like. It's starting to take shape.
It's John's truck, so he's loving it. He's enjoying the process. I think it's coming together a lot quicker than he expected, so I'm just gonna keep on trucking. So we're up here in the highest elevation of the shop I've ever worked before. John liked the pitch of the roof and the way I was going about it, so he said, take the reins and go with it. So I went with it. I went double strength. I even went triple strength. I set up all those 1-inch risers, got the bows across the top. I put 45-degree gussets on every upright, and then I went in with 1x2 underneath those ribs, and that aligned everything. Made a 3-inch gap to put tons of insulation in it, and it's super strong.
Now that the cab has been stretched and the roof has been stretched, I'm kind of worried what it's going to look like overall when it's done. Is it going to look like it was made that way, or is it going to look like somebody piecemealed something together?
The center of the roof is super simple. It took about 10 minutes, just cut them, screwed them in place just to hold them. The sides are a different story.
I want to see how he makes the nice curves in the metal so it will look like it was made that way from the factory. How are you going to make sure the radius is correct on this?
Just like everything else, I'm gonna wing it. The least measuring possible and the most inspiration yields fantastic results. But I will take 2 measurements. See that? We know the curve is gonna start about 11 inches here, and it's gonna start about 5 inches there. And those are the only 2 marks I'll use. One time through the roller, it'll be a perfect fit.
Well, I asked him how he's going to do this, and he just says, I'm going to wing it. So I'm going to watch how he wings it.
So we're here. We're coming in through here. We got the 5. We're gonna come in. We're gonna curve this like that, right?
Okay.
Left, right, left, right. Straight back through, and on the truck.
The hard part from what I'm seeing is how is he going to join the side, roll the metal, and have it join onto the roof itself? Oh, each time you tighten it up, it'll make the redo the curve?
A little bit tighter.
Okay.
Let's see what I did. I only tightened the 11 side. See, it's almost at a 90 degree.
Right.
It's almost at a 90 degree, so it's a section of a cone.
Okay. Well, that came out good.
So it's a little imperfect right here. Not really measuring. Just trying to make it work.
He rolled it looked really nice. And he slapped it up there and it fits. It looks good. It looks like it was made for the truck. Of course, you know I'm learning all your trade secrets.
The whole thing with this little skin mock-up thing is to get a side profile of it. And what's gonna complete that is the rear quarter. There's that extension that comes up above the rear window. It's about an 8-inch vertical rise. The trickier part is the corners. If I tried to make this in one piece, it would have been a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm gonna split it up just like I did with the sides. It's gonna be way easier to fit it in that way.
I noticed he saves a lot of parts out of what he was using off my cab. Some of the corners he had to use.
I always try to reuse the toughest parts that I would have to make. So this compound curve, if you think about it, it's a bowl. It's a big dome shape, and doing that requires a lot of stretching and shrinking, a lot of finish work. I'm gonna minimize that by using it from the old roof because it looks perfect.
He took an 8-inch piece of metal and he rolled it into a giant donut. And then he marked out the number of inches he needed to do 2 corner sections, cut it, put one corner on the driver's side of the cab to make sure everything fit, tacked it in place, and it fits. He knows what he's doing. Kind of an artist at work.
That was the savor of the game, because to build those 2 corner pieces would have kind of been a big task. Might ended up using a dog bowl or some other non-traditional approach. So this is the primary layout. Just like with the skeleton, I want you to see how the skin was. If you're cool with that shape, how it jogs, you know, all these lines will be trimmed back. This is just the generic layout of how the skin will fit on the skeleton.
I'm good with the way it's going. It's looking really nice.
I like it. Gives the truck a really aggressive nose down look, and I think it's cool.
Can't wait till you get it done. Feeling really good. The way the roof is coming together, the way the whole truck's coming together, and how fast he's doing it. I'm having fun watching.
There's a few more details I gotta get to finish up this truck, but before I do that, I wanna get the truck outside and put the box on. We made our measurements, but I've been wrong before. And the whole thing is trying to pull it out of this shop in one piece. Sometimes you just need a friend with a big old hook. Oh yeah, there it is now. Put in a request. This is a huge task, but luckily, I got friends in high places. The crane saved the day. I can't lift this box, and I don't really have anything to lift it up that high, so without Leonard, we were stuck in the mud. The cool factor is this box was made to be lifted by a crane. So it's got these mounting points already put in, there's D-rings in place. Simple process of slinging it and lifting it up. It's hard to know how much this thing weighs, but gauging by Leonard's experience with his crane, he's estimating to be 2,000, 2,200 pounds. That's like a small car. That way. It's like the magic carpet ride. I've been waiting my whole life for this. I've always wanted to take a magic carpet ride, and I guess this is as close to it as I'm gonna come, so I'm gonna take full advantage of the moment. It's working. It's working. Well, I needed to get on top of the box to hook up all these straps, and I figure instead of getting back off the box and then getting back on the box, I'm just gonna stay on for the ride. Keep it in, keep coming. 6 inches. Oh, drop it. Everything seems like it fits good. We got plenty of room between the cab. We're not hanging over the back bumper. And I think the roof height looks very proportional with the box height. This box was meant to be mounted to one of these trucks, so it's a perfect fit. I could get used to this. I'm gonna take up stuntman in my next career. The good news is John's truck is finished. It's looking good. Bad news is he can't be here to check it out. He's in the hospital. He had to have emergency surgery. His back hasn't been very good through this whole ordeal. The only way to get in touch with him, I figure, is to give him a Skype call. So how you feeling, man? Everything went okay?
I've been struggling for a while. You've seen me when at the shop, I'd end up sitting down and stuff. Just trying to walk was a pain. Well, the back finally let go. I saw my doctor and he looks at me and he goes, "No, you're being admitted to emergency surgery tomorrow."
Well, better sooner than later.
It's a little bit worse shape than I thought.
Well, like you said, you're the stubborn one, so. Well, the good news is your truck is finished. Everything is done, man. It's looking good.
Perfect.
John hasn't seen the truck in its finished state, so I sent him some photos and I could see him light right up.
It's got the picture you sent me. Those look good.
Yeah,
I can't
cool.
wait to get into it.
John loved the side window. His request for the exhaust placement was right on. John wanted to one-up it by moving it all the way to the rear bumper and turning it up over the top of the box.
The details that we were talking about and you came up with, they really came out good. They made the truck look better overall, more functional, I think, overall too.
So I was able to find these 2 air ride seats from a semi-truck. So I plumbed those into the airline. They run off the stock air system. They're fully adjustable, lumbar support, armrests, the whole 9 yards, man.
Oh, a surprise.
Yes.
Excellent. I'm going to have a soft riding truck.
Exactly. Before, you know what it was like driving around. It was a total banger. So now
Yes,
everything has suspension, including the seats.
It was a bobblehead truck. Now it's going to be more comfortable.
Yeah, it'll be totally smooth. It's ready to go.
Next project is figured out a lift gate to get me into the cab.
Sure, right. That's the thing. The never-ending project.
Well, thanks for all your work and effort and put things together for me. I can't wait to get there. I got to get better so I can go check out my truck.
That's it, man. We'll meet up whenever you're ready. It was good to get this project completed for John. This was, one of those bucket list things. He had this thing on his mind for a long time. I think it's really going to give him some inspiration to get healthy. Finally getting to work on my friend Jack's pickup truck. The thing that struck me first about this truck was the chop is just on. The proportions are perfect. I love the 5-window look, the little corner windows in the back of the cab. It takes a lot of work to make all that happen. I think the coolest thing about this truck is the fact that it has a complete drivetrain upgrade.
It's a front-wheel drive out of a Cadillac.
All right, I see the steering and
Put in the
everything
back.
here. Basically, the whole front clip of a Cadillac in the back of the pickup truck. This van has gone full custom already. I think it's really cool. I'm thinking it really nice interior, cool paint job, lower it, it's on the road. And the cool factor in all of it is that the bodywork's done. I think if we just give this a quick block sand, maybe a sealer and paint, we're good to go.
No, we're gonna have to cut it up a little bit. I can't leave anything alone. So we're gonna have to take about this much out of the middle. I want the top to be about this high.
Jack threw a total curveball at this project. I was thinking of wild paint schemes, and he's talking about cutting this thing apart. So you want to section the entire body?
Yeah.
It's pretty good looking truck like it is, man.
I know.
Sure you don't want to just start on another one? This is
No. This has to be the one. It was chopped 4 inches already, and he liked that, but I had other ideas. I have some drawings here that I kind of scribbled out here.
Oh yeah. He's showing me all these pictures. He's got these different ideas, you know, he's talking shop, and I'm just trying to hang in there. I still can't get over the fact we're gonna cut apart this awesome truck. This is even crazier, man. I mean, this is a nice, clean looking, classic kind of chop top pickup, and you want to build a spaceship.
Of course. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
That's pretty freaking radical, man. That's like a full custom body then.
Well, it is.
But you don't really change anything mechanical under here. It's just all sheet metal work.
Mechanical work's been done.
Wow.
It needs it's got a few little bugs in it.
I don't mean to seem a little nervous, but I am starting to sweat.
It's hot out too.
I'm the guy that likes to cut stuff up, likes to freak it out. So Jack's kind of turning the tables here. I thought we were going mellow on this, and he's taking it to a whole new level. I dug this truck from the moment I saw it. I was trying to get it off of Jack. He doesn't seem to have any attachment at all. He's treating this like I treat most cars. They're just raw, blank canvases. Cut them up, change them. There's a few techie things I want to accomplish with removing this sheet metal, but I know we're sectioning this bed. These are about 7-foot long sheet metal panels. They're gonna be way easy to warp if we don't set it up properly. We want to section it 5.5 inches because the shock towers are that much lower than the stock bed rails. I think if we cut off the top surface, we'll still have this shelf to weld to, so the new panel can come right in and lap just inside the old joint. While Jack's doing the bed sides, I'm going through the nose. I'm gonna try to remove all the panels independently, take one at a time off of the inner structure, because I think that's all we're gonna modify is the inside of the skeleton of this truck.
Air conditioned now.
It's that blow-through design. Keep your toes cool on those hot days. Typical day in the shop, sir. You know how it goes.
Looks great.
Right.
I love it.
A lot of people get nervous, but
No.
you're a welder, man.
I don't think so.
This is getting heavy. Jack doesn't seem to be phased, you know? He's getting into the cutting of this thing, and he's all on board. Jack's seen me complete a lot of vehicles. I'm sure he's completely confident. He's just never seen the process.
Once we start cutting and he got into it, I couldn't keep up with him. He can look at something and see it in his head. I got one piece done and you got 5 pieces
I'm
done.
fast, man.
I can see that. So I had to hurry up and cut the other panels. I've been wanting to build this thing ever since I saw the car back in the 60s. I thought it was the most beautiful truck I'd ever seen. And I said, one of these days I'm going to build this thing. You know, it sat around for so long and I'm thinking, well, maybe this will never happen. But now it's happening. You don't see trucks like this running around on the streets, even today.
There's a little bit of a fuss getting these bed sides off. There was a lot of structure in the tailgate area. Helped Jack cut through that with the Sawzall. All of a sudden, there's only half a truck. We're deep. It's a total loss. Call the insurance. Jack, how do you feel now that I just cut your whole truck in half?
I don't know. Hey, look what I got.
What the heck you got
Couple
there?
of models here.
3-dimensional?
I found these in the attic yesterday.
Jack came in this morning with actual 3-dimensional models. You could tell he's been ruminating on this for a while. He's a passionate man. He's building scale models. He's ready to rock. Oh, so this is the Ford pickup, but this is the
Ford.
Dodge.
That's the A100.
Right, okay. But this is the actual show car. And
Right,
something.
and this is, I tried to make this kind of look like,
So this is in essence what we're building.
yeah, real close.
Yeah, so I think we're right on the money by cutting all the skin off that we did.
Yeah.
That was the thing, you know, looking at those photos, I was always looking at this body line, but this model without the body line, it actually looks pretty darn cool.
Yeah, that's pretty nice, isn't it?
Yeah. This looks tough, man. It's good to see that Jack shares the same passion for this stuff as I do. Because if you saw the scale models and weird stuff that I go through to build my things, it really gives you a feel for the whole vehicle. It's good to know we're on the same page. As soon as we accomplished this radical sectioning, starting to look like mini truck style, you know, street truck, super low, pickup. And that inspired me to go with a lowered front end suspension. I got an idea how to pull it off. I just want to see if Jack's on board. So here's what we got. I unbolted everything and I made a couple plates. I don't think we have to take the axle out at all. We can just take both springs off and just flip them. Bolt it all up and then weld the plate right to the axle.
Let it hang on the shocks.
Yeah. It's a million ways to go about lowering this truck. I think we're just gonna take the suspension apart and put it back together upside down.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna give your head a cleaning. That's what you get for laying on the floor. One of the hazards of laying down on the floor in this shop is there's somebody at ground level just waiting to attack.
I think we're engaged. I'm not sure. Okay, dog.
It's kind of like a feeding frenzy. You've seen Shark Week, you know how it goes. Once the dog gets the taste, forget it.
Okay, dude. Hit the road.
Here it is. Cool. Once we got the suspension taken apart, we flipped the leaf springs below the axle.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on lowering the vehicle, but Ian insisted on it. So we're gonna see how it looks.
Way lower. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a total change of attitude.
There it is.
It's been said a million times. Lower the vehicle, it looks a million times different. It's just way better in my opinion. I like it.
Oh yeah, she's nice.
The next big element is the windshield. Jack's planning on using Lexan, but he's got this other window frame.
It's off of 60 Ford station wagon.
1960?
I knew that's what the other one was, so.
The main reason Jack wants to use this is that the original Diora used the same part. And I agree that that's the best way to build a project is around the glass frame. The problem is this window is way too narrow. See, I gotta come in.
Gotta come in? I'm a inch and a half in.
Yeah, me too.
Original vehicle that it was built off of, the first one, it was a Dodge. This is a Ford. This thing's 3.5 inches wider. If it's too much trouble, why don't we just go with the original?
Don't chicken out now. Come on. This is gonna work. You just need to figure it out. Bottom line is Jack really likes the shape of this, and I think I can make it work.
If it flows properly, that's what you're trying to make it do, flow with the rest of the vehicle. And if it doesn't, if it's interrupted or something, then you change it. Just set that and slide it up in there?
Yeah. I think so.
Now I'm getting nervous.
My idea for the windshield is to use the lower portion of the frame that Jack brought in and made it to the original upper portion of the truck roof.
Ian set it in there. We stood back and looked at it, and it looked right. Perfect, straight. It's gonna come out better than I thought it was gonna come out. Ian used the bottom of the frame that I brought, which I really like, and I think it's gonna flow in real good with the headlights that I found. What do you think of this now? Just for the...
Where the heck did you get those from? You sneaking parts in behind my back, man. Jack's showing up with something from the local junkyard. Could have been on Grandma's Oldsmobile or something, and I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah, I found these out of an '84 Buick, and they were the thinnest rectangular headlights I could find, so I'm just hoping that they work.
I felt like we needed to do a quick mock-up of the front end just to see how they'll look. I think Jack's and my process are very similar in that he's just looking for futuristic shapes. I guess in 1960, 1980 was pretty far in the future, so yeah, I guess he's doing that.
Maybe a little hidden, more hidden. Let's see if it looks... Oh yeah, oh that's it.
Right, just shield the top of it.
Like eyebrows.
And then he takes the lights and recesses them, like Frenches them in way back. You don't even have any idea that these are mid-80s or whatever production lenses. They're just sunken in and it works. So I'm getting the whole look of this nose now. It's all starting to make sense. I just don't understand how you're gonna fit in this thing. What's your plan with that? I can barely even get in the door.
This won't be in the way.
I understand shortening the steering column.
This will be over here.
What do you mean?
We're gonna move this over. You see these sprockets?
Right.
We're gonna build a thing here with a sprocket here with a chain on it.
Jack says he's just gonna move the seat between the fender wells and then reposition the steering. A chain drive, sprocket, steering offset.
Yeah, this will be the other sprocket over here, and a piece of chain around it.
You're looser than me, man. Jack's got a lot of crazy ideas, and I like it. The whole thing here is proportion, so that's really what all this calibrating and whatnot's about. Just trying to make the rear wall angle match the A-pillars.
I think it looks perfect. You just start making the surround pieces and weld it in.
So we stick the back wall of this thing in position just for a mock-up. And the most important thing is somebody gonna fit in here? The back wall is gonna inhibit your shoulder room, and let's see what we're working with in real world measurements. Hop on in there, sir. Thing's tight.
Where's my head? Is it too high?
Yeah.
I sat on the seat and my head stuck up about 4 inches above the roof.
No, I've got the solution. We're gonna make a blade right here, and you're gonna sit into position, and we're gonna take that much off.
Just like I'm
It's gonna fit
getting an
perfect.
autopsy.
Right, it's gonna be perfect. I saw this coming from a mile away, and here we go. Now the challenge of actually getting a human to fit in this vehicle begins.
It's gonna be fun getting out of this thing too. I can see that. Now we're gonna have to take something out of the seat or cut the floor and drop the seat down into the floor so I can sit a little lower, because I don't want to be driving it like this.
I think we're gonna get Jack to fit in this thing. I got a couple ideas, he's got a couple ideas, it's gonna work. Jack's main concern was the angle of this rear window. Once we got that established, the rest was kind of up to me. He had to take off, and I get to get creative. The big challenge in this glass fit-up is that it's a different curve, and it could go wrong pretty easily. I got a couple ideas to make this work. It's just gonna take a bunch of effort. I'm gonna come down from the glass with a piece of sheet metal and then create sort of a shelf that goes into the bed. The original framework that supported the back of the cab is still intact, and I want to attach to that. Well, that's my point of view. I hope he was thinking the same thing. I think it's gonna be all right. The rear of this cab is a major design element in the back view of this vehicle. Jack kind of left it up in the air. We got a lot of loose ends. It's up to me to figure it out. The only way I can describe what these little side panels are gonna look like is similar to what you see in an El Camino. The back glass is kind of recessed in the body, and it's got these exaggerated sort of fin shapes that go down into the bed. I don't think this should have a hard 90-degree angle in here. It's gonna look funny. This nice graceful curve is just gonna lick right around and turn into this little fin thinger. I'm leaving this kind of rough. I want Jack to see it. We can refine it to whatever he thinks looks best. I might be on a completely different path than him. Today's the day. Jack's coming in to check out my sail panels.
Oh, wow. Holy mackerel. I didn't even know he was even getting close to that. But it's beautiful. Oh man, this is more than I thought it was gonna be.
So the big concern I had was this. We can cut these back, but we can't add to them. So I just left them big.
Well, yeah, well we have to look at it from the side.
I left these sail panels on the side of the rear window large for a purpose. I wanted Jack to come in, check them out, trim it to the angle.
I would think just a couple inches past the back glass. You know, right about here.
Cool. We can kind of come to this tack weld maybe.
Yeah, about there. That's fine.
It was a relief to see that Jack liked the design of the sail panels. After we trimmed them up, Jack was really into it. He came up with another element he wanted to add.
You know, I was thinking, what if we put a little
You could put louvers.
No,
freaking
just
bubble windows.
put a step in it
A big crystal.
with the
Oh, bead roll it?
bead roller.
You could do that.
It was plain. I figured, if we put a little step in it, break it up a little bit, and it also give it more strength.
Jack comes up with an idea to put a bead roller on it and then create an embossed pattern. And I think that's going to set it off perfectly. I'm impressed.
We'll weld that together and go from there.
Yeah, I think it's all about having the right crown in the roof skin before we can go any further.
Right.
This roof skin is definitely not going to be used again. Somebody put a big, ugly, mid-1980s motorized glass sunroof in it, and that sucks. I told Jack I have this roof skin sitting in the back lot. Just might work for what we're doing. So this is the semi-permanent collection. Just, I'm always spinning multiple plates at the same time.
Of course.
Got your dune buggy, T-bird, Baja bug.
Oh yeah, but what do you got over here? What is with this KFC?
It's my chicken bucket. And ask you if you want small, medium, or large.
And you ordered large.
I ordered the large.
Extra large, and this is what you got.
A crane dropped that in the back of the truck. I had to eat the whole thing in one sitting.
Oh boy.
It was awesome. It was a great.
Your dog helped you, though.
Yeah, it was a great time.
I don't know what the hell he's going to do with that.
With all the stuff I build, I never know what kind of shapes I might need, so I'm always collecting cool stuff. Just like this roof. A guy was cutting a car apart.
And he gave you the roof.
He had a 58 Chevy. It was all rusted, and they were just taking it apart. But
Yeah.
you see the roof skin is complete.
You think this is wide enough?
I don't know. That's what I'm
We
saying.
need a measuring device.
I think we bring it to the shop. I think this crown, see how crowned the bug roof is?
Yeah.
And then
yeah,
the
it's pretty
T-bird
round.
roof is more like
This
the Chevy
flatter,
truck. I
but
think
this is right in
it's like the
between.
story of the three bears, right?
Yeah.
This
that's
one's just right.
fine, just right.
Step into the shop and Jax gets busy with the technical stuff. He's measuring, he's thinking, he's considering.
63 from gutter to gutter. 55.
What's up?
That's 63. This is 55.
What? 10 inches difference? My plan was to just nail this roof, and it turns out it might be a lot more work than I thought.
When we brought it in here and set it down on the floor, I looked at it, and the first thing I thought was, this thing's not wide enough.
Well, we could just cut the whole skin off and move it around.
Till it fit, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We just need this skin for a portion of the roof. We still have a lot of leftover stuff. I'm thinking, let's just cut this off, slap it on top, and just see if we can work with it.
The roof is going to be a real challenge. The look of the roof is going to either make or break this truck. So we got to be real careful how it flows. We don't want it to stick up too high, and we don't want it too flat either.
We cut the roof skin out of its frame, put it on top of the rig, and we could see it's definitely short. It's going to need a considerable amount of work.
What if we turn this sideways? You want to turn it sideways just for grins to see?
I knew what side of the roof I wanted to work with, and Jack was picking the other one. So immediately I had trouble. Even though it was wider, I think the flatter contour is going to be better. I've been telling you from the start, if we turned it sideways, it would fit a lot better. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. I was surprised when he put it on because it did seem like it would fit better on the overall patchwork, but the contour, I think, still needed improvement.
This might work. Has to work.
It looks pretty good right now, but you know the story of the midnight or the late night girl in the bar who looks pretty good at the first moment's glance. Things could change in the morning. Jack and I are getting the body work done on some of the car, and I think I got an idea that'll make this roof work. I think the roof skin put on regular ways, not sideways, is gonna work.
You think so?
Well, let me cut this
Well, we'll
back.
try it and
Because
see.
look at this. If we use this, these are original cut lines. They still match up.
Right.
So if we use
Cut
this
this
portion,
in here up to get around the curve, and
you're
then
reading,
this
you're
overlap.
reading my mind, man. See, I don't have to tell you. The best way to go forward on this is to turn the roof back to its original orientation and then patch in all the sides with the original one from the truck.
And then we might have to work the metal around like this to make it fit. I'm not sure yet. We don't know what's going to happen.
The whole thing with fitting up this roof was simply to delete the sunroof. So I cut everything away from the original roof that we're going to use, that being the four corners, basically, these compound curves, and attaching it to the new skin and just making sure it's all lined up. Just to show you, Chevy and the Ford can get along sometimes. In the end, it's a bunch more work than if we put it on sideways. Jack was just trying to help streamline the process, but I think this little bit of extra effort is gonna make the thing look way better. Yeah, so it's a little bit low right here. We'll just have that much filler. That way we can lap on top.
It's not bad at all. This is important because if this roof doesn't look right, the whole truck isn't gonna look right. So we don't want it to look like it's got a crew cut. We don't want it to look bulbous. So it's gotta fit somewhere in between.
All right, man, we're ready for the back portion. The trickiest part in the whole roof is the way the rear of it matches up with the rear window and the sail panels. This is a really big design element as well as a structural component. It's right at eye level. Everybody's looking at it, so it's gotta count. Is that gonna work?
No.
What? That's it, we just cut this roof back again. You know?
Take some more
Take
off.
some more,
just
because
keep going
I think you
till
want
it
to come in
lines
at least 2 inches, right?
up. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, because that looks pretty parallel. We'll come in 2 inches, and then we'll just come straight up from here.
If the back window and the rear of the roof doesn't look right, it just kills the whole project.
Our envisioning board. So I think that works like that, eh?
Sure.
The rear center of the roof is the simple part. You take a piece of sheet metal and put it in the slip roller, set it up to the contour I need and attach it. It's gonna be getting these corners patched in, that's the challenge. So that's cool and all, but I'm just having trouble seeing how all of this is gonna come together. And before we go any further, let me just show you one thing I was thinking. I was thinking about how to make this back wall come into the back glass convincingly. Pitched Jack this idea of having kind of a rear overhang, frame it out with some round tube.
So this piece here would be out here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're hiding where the glass sits. It's a total little shroud.
First, I didn't think it was a good idea. But then when I saw it, I said, yeah, it was perfect because he saw something I didn't see. That's a great idea because I think that it gives it a transition here, a point here.
I think I won Jack over with my design of the roof and rear wall. He's really stepping back from the harsh design critic, and he went for it.
Does that make enough room for the third brake light? When that swoops
Third
out,
brake light possibilities are infinite with this design. I got the pep talk completed with Jack. All the pieces are in place. All I gotta do is build it. Putting this roof back together was a lot of extra work. If this thing didn't have a sunroof, it would have been a different story entirely. Now, it's all about making the rear of this roof come together.
Yeah, I think your idea with the tubes is perfect.
I'm glad that Jack liked the idea for the round tube surround because I knew it would tie the whole design together.
That's nice.
Not only did this round tube in the rear of the roof add the structure that we needed to attach to, by following that all the way around through the drip rails, it shaved them off and just helped the whole thing fit together. Take a look. Tell me what's wrong.
Nothing's wrong.
What?
Just keep doing what you're doing. I like what you did with the window. It's beautiful.
I'm feeling pretty good with the rear of the roof, and then Jack shows me these taillights he wants to use. These are freaking massive taillights. What the heck are they out of? I've never seen anything like it.
It's 70 Chrysler I found him at the junkyard. He looked at me, what the hell is this? And I said, well, we're gonna try this. We're gonna put these two together and see if they fit on the truck.
You know, these taillights are quite a bit different than what you had. I thought we were just gonna like hole saw and put the other ones back in.
No, you gotta.
So you're switching up the whole bill on the back of the truck too, I see.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like how I am.
This kind of changes everything. I don't know where he's going with this, but we're gonna have to figure it out. We're making some pretty good progress on the front of the truck, and then Jack shows me these giant taillights he wants to use. This is kind of dicey. Wanting to use these taillights requires cutting through the structure of the bedsides we just spent so much time to strengthen and make straight. My initial conversation with Jack, we talked about having the taillights flush with the rear of the panel. I made all the cuts, put them in place, and I just wasn't sure. Just having a tough time envisioning how these things are gonna fit in here. As soon as I mock up these taillights, I could see they're physically wider than the rear of the truck, so it's a problem. I have an idea. It's different than what Jack had mentioned, but I think it could be way better. Yeah, I think that will work. In simplest terms, it's a French taillight. It's a 5-foot wide French taillight. Why not? I don't know where the term came from, but when you talk about custom cars, a French headlight or taillight means it's sunken in, it's recessed in the body panel. The cool factor with setting up the taillight like this is that it already mimics the front headlights. The downside is it's quite a bit of work. Jack's not here, so I'm just gonna go for it. I dig it. I am on the right path. I just hope Jack responds.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
What do you think? Is that gonna work?
Wow. So I take off for a day or two and look what happens. This is beautiful. Wow. There's only one thing wrong.
What's that?
It's upside down. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
Yeah,
I put it in the other
I'm
way
just
and it was like,
fooling.
wait a second,
No,
it looks like a
this is
smiley
good.
mouth.
No, this is perfect. Man, that's better than I ever thought it would look.
Good answer. Because we weren't gonna do it different.
Huh?
Nothing?
Well, when I walked in and looked at them, I was shocked. I thought it was going to be good, but it's spectacular. I'm elated. I can't believe that in 3 weeks we've gotten this far. Beautiful. Jesus.
The camera doesn't come out until Jack's happy with it. Once that digital camera's on the scene, you know we're on the right path. We are both on the same page with all the fabrication elements of this project, but the critical thing is the paint detail. We're doing something really far out, and we both have a difference of opinions on what color it should be.
This color here, that's sunset orange. I've got this idea for this color. Looks like a sunset. I went and bought a gallon of that, and that's the color we're going to use. This got a lot of metallic in it, a lot of fine metallic.
I think you're gonna have to add something. It's like almost a production car color. Need something to make it pop. I'm not really digging this color. You see it every day on modern cars. I'm gonna try to push Jack to do something a little different. What's the whole deal with this? It's just one color? Just
Yeah, that's what I was
all the way
thinking.
through? Well, what about airbrushing like a cartoon character on the back with like a little statement, you know, like Tweety Bird or a Betty Boop? You could paint it right next to your third brake light.
Well, I was thinking airbrushing the third brake light.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a
that
good
would
idea.
even be better. I think the paint will make or break the truck. It's my truck, so we'll come to a happy medium there somewhere.
Jack and I are putting the paint on hold for now. I'm gonna finish up this taillight, but I got some even cooler ideas for the doors.
I walked by the back of the truck and I saw the taillights. Boy, they looked great. And then as I walked around the corner, I seen he was working on the doors. And I thought, what the hell's he doing now?
Sorry, I was in the zone.
What are you building here? What's going on?
We had, you know, the two doors had nothing holding them in place, so I was gonna start body working and doing the door gaps, and I realized there's no hinges or latches anymore. When we section the body, we cut them out.
Uh-huh.
So I got to thinking about it, and I think suicide doors, suicide hinges are the best way to go.
That's an awful lot of work, though. Jesus.
Well, they're already done. I already built them. Look,
You
they're
get
right
the
in
other
here.
side finished?
Yeah, both sides are in. I'm just working on the last latch.
Don't you
right
ever
here.
sleep?
Sometimes.
I called Ian a robot because every time I show up here, he's done more than I thought he was going to do. How the hell did he do all that in this amount of time?
I just took the stock
yeah, look at
striker
this.
and I set it in. I got a little pilot hole just for now so he can open the thing, but all the stock parts go right
Sure.
back in. Suicide doors are very simple to explain. They open backwards. But what I did was I took these two super heavy-duty gate hinges and I mounted them in parallel. There's one on top of the other, very close together, super compact and super strong. Watch your fingers. Whoosh.
This is unbelievable, man. I never expected this. Pretty good.
What are you thinking on each side of this? You gonna try to filler this and then cover these vents or something?
Well, you know what I was thinking, come around with it. Since I had this new gauge, I didn't need the old dash the way it was.
This is a very flat, utilitarian-looking dashboard. Jack's got a great idea to finish off each side of the center pod. I'm gonna curve some sheet metal in the slip roller and set it in place. So something like this.
Oh yeah, that looks good. But you know something? I'm looking at this thing, and I don't know how you're gonna take this, but
You wanna redo the whole dash?
no. The hump, it's too high.
At first, when we set this thing in place on the dashboard, Jack's like, I don't like it. I was thinking he wanted to go in a whole different direction, but he just wanted to tailor it a little more.
Just drop this down about 2 inches.
So you mean just bring it down right to the peak of that dome right there?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can just cut a hole right through the dashboard.
Yeah,
Okay.
the high spot there, and set that down in there. I think it'd look a lot better.
That works for me. You live with that?
Oh, that's it. That's beautiful. That's much better. Really, I have to come clean. How I got inspired, I saw some guy do this on TV. He had a dog dish,
Yeah. You want to revert to the stainless steel model?
but the poor dog, you keep traumatizing the dog. You keep taking his dog dish
But he
away.
gets a fresh one each time. Jack's gonna finish up these dash pieces, and I'm gonna finish up on these door body lines, get it in primer. Really pushed Jack into this design of deleting the body lines in the door, and I'm really excited to see what he thinks about it.
Boy, that looks pretty good.
Everything
Looks
is
great.
simple.
You got this line goes into here. This goes around the back, same height as the back glass. This goes into the windshield in the front. The critics will love it. Ian saved the day by putting that piece of metal in the door. I think it was a very good call.
The whole thing is you don't want the vehicle to look like it's in a bunch of different pieces. But if we can pull it together, it's gonna be convincing. That's what makes a cool car. There's still one problem, man. We got a big hole in the back of this thing. What do you want to do about the bed? I know you're talking about a tonneau cover or something.
Yeah. We'll make it tubing, rectangular tubing,
Okay.
and then she'll
Not
lift
simple
up, and I'll
deal.
skin it with some aluminum and cover it with vinyl, black vinyl.
Okay.
It'll be fine. Just like a hood on a car. You ride around without a hood, it looks terrible. So I'm gonna make a tonneau cover. The only problem we're gonna have is letting out the heat.
From the start, we knew that this engine was gonna have to get air into the carburetor and then heat out of the engine. So this tonneau cover is gonna block off any airflow. That's a problem. Well, I got a couple big pieces of pipe. Maybe I'll mess around with that if you wanna lay out some stuff here and just start cutting.
Sure.
There's a million ways to skin a cat. We're gonna use some kind of a vent in this tonneau cover. I'm not sure how it'll work out, but it definitely needs holes to breathe. Before we get started on the ventilation, I need to build out the frame. This This is a simple design, but making any round shape out of square material is a challenge. So we're gonna make these 2 rounded corners out of some 1/2x1/2 stock and just kind of mock up like a truss shape for each corner to keep it strong. These lifts we're gonna use put a lot of stress on it, so I'm trying to do the simplest, most lightweight design, but as strong as possible. We're gonna put aluminum over the top of this thing, so that adds a bit of weight. And the idea is, just like with the door skins, you don't want it to look like it's concave, like it's falling
sagging
apart, right? So at least that, with weight on it, I mean, that's, I don't know how much weight, but then that's perfectly flat. It's pretty hard to press. Jack's unsure as how he may finish this off upholstery-wise. We're gonna sheet it with aluminum so that it's lightweight. We're just gonna put in a series of panels, and however he finishes it is up to him. I got this hinge from industrial metal, steel, heavy duty. That's gonna run the length of the front of this cover to allow it to hinge up and down. Jack left to the store to get the final pieces for this cover. I got this frame fabbed out, so we should be good to go.
Ian, I got the gas shocks.
Hey, perfect timing. I got this hinge in.
Beautiful.
This will lift up just like that. And then
That's neat.
you got 2 gas
Put
struts.
Yeah, 2 gas shocks. We can put them here somewhere.
Perfect. If you've seen any tonneau cover on a pickup truck, you see they have these pressurized rams, these little lifts that hold it up. We're gonna use the same detail.
I went to the auto parts store to get a couple of gas shocks, and the guy behind the counter says, well, what kind of a truck is it? Well, there isn't exactly part numbers for this vehicle, so he gave me what he had.
Follow general instructions on back of pouch. They're the instructions to tell you to use the instructions.
Special remove installation instructions.
You speak Spanglish?
Spanglish.
French? Russian?
No.
Swahili. The thing lifts smoothly, it stops in a good position, and it doesn't slam shut. It falls down nice and even, and that's what we needed, the proper piece for the job.
It was a couple of tries, and we finally got the right ones. I'm looking forward to see what the whole tonneau cover looks like when it's finished. Sure really makes it look clean, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the
Fills
whole,
that hole up.
that's the whole look, yeah. Yeah, so this last trim, I'll just cut out these holes so the air will vent out, and we'll just be ready for upholstery, man. Putting holes in the body panel is a pretty big style choice. Jack came up with these 3 slots that he feels will be enough airflow. I'm not so sure. But either way, we're gonna go ahead and just blank out a few holes for the air to move through. Aha! So we set up the bracing and cut the holes, and they just look like 3 rectangular slots, 3 big holes in the truck. I'm thinking it's gonna need some kind of a finishing detail. This looks kind of like a toaster. Looks like just three slices of bread are gonna pop out of there.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
I think I got this perforated metal, be perfect for it. I got a bunch of perforated steel sheet. Just gonna try to convince Jack to use one of those. So I got this stuff I used in the grill of another car. That's a pretty clean look.
Oh, that's neat, yeah.
And then the standard round hole punch stuff.
He brought out some expanded metal that he has, and we looked at that, and it's nice, but it wasn't it. What about louvers? Set it right.
3 panels like this.
Panels
and a row
about
of
that
louvers.
size, but punch louvers down the middle and set it on there.
Yeah, I think louvered metal panels would be way cooler than just some grill
Some
or
holes in
screen or
there.
something. Yeah, for sure. In hashing out the final idea on what's gonna cover these holes, Jack loves the idea of louvers. The whole thing is, where do you get them? Well, I know a guy, he's got a louver press. I'm not exactly sure the dimensions, but I've seen them all over the place. We could maybe just bring 3 pieces of metal.
I kind of like the louver idea best.
All right. Well, he's kind of a hard dude to get, but if he's willing to do it, I think that would be our best choice. This body is 99% block sanded. We gotta come up with a paint scheme, because that's the last bit of fab on the whole rig. Let's just spray out a bunch of panels with the different color choices we have. and see what we can come up with, because the paint is obviously the last critical decision.
Oh, yeah.
Jack's really convinced he wants to use this red color. I'm not so sure. I'm gonna try to bring some other element into it, make it a little different. So these are our 3 starting choices. I got this chop top silver I painted a few cars with. Look at that, it's hot.
Beautiful.
So I was thinking, obviously with a gray or a white or a silver base coat, each color is gonna look different.
Right.
You have your definite base coat color. You can't really tint that, but I can tint this other Eastwood product with the silver. So I'm gonna lay out yours with a silver and white base coat sample. Then I'm gonna lay out that straight over silver and white, and then I'm gonna just progressively silverize
Add
this
silver to
and
it
see what
until
that
it
does.
comes-
We'll have like 4 or 5,
Yeah.
6 different shades.
That'll work.
All of this is really prep work for where I wanna go with the paint job. I just gotta convince Jack. Now the secret weapon. You know, I love this stuff, man. I know it's a little bit not in your time frame, but I'm a glutton for this stuff.
You put a little flake on it. It just doesn't fit. This is a truck, though.
You see the way I'm working here? This is like a top chefs. I wanted to go metal flake, a bunch of crazy details. Jack's a little more mature than me.
Yeah, thanks.
Tractor beam. Look at it's going.
Yeah, look at this. The God rays are coming. Look at.
He wants to see the flake, man.
Oh yeah, he's pointing towards the
Divine
flake.
intervention.
Oh,
I
no.
knew it as soon as I put that pinch
Oh
on there.
man.
The sun came through the roof, got a cool little spotlight on it, and I'm digging the flake. I'm just not sure about the red. I don't know, I'm really liking the darkest brown. Well, I think those are our final 2, man.
Yeah, but this is it here. Forget that stuff.
Come on.
I know Ian doesn't like it, but I still like the red paint by itself. The gold flake was just a little too much for me.
Oh man, that flake is awesome. Gold
Killing
is
me.
exactly what it needs.
You're killing me on a truck. You don't do that on a
bitchin'.
truck.
We're going with Jack's red color, but I'm not giving up on spicing up this paintwork just yet. I can't wait to see that flake on the whole truck, man. It's gonna be
You're
bitchin'.
killing me. Oh.
It's gonna be hot. My idea was to pull a quickie and get a little inspiration for the paintwork. Jack and I are having trouble deciding. This guy's got an awesome history of painting, wonderful, amazing paint jobs. Did you chop yours or not?
No,
It's just
not chopped.
sectioned in the front too.
Yeah, it's sectioned only 4 inches.
Okay.
See, I pulled 4 inches out of here, only back to this portion. You see, my Pacifica, I built for Ford back in '62 and '3, and it was in the Ford Custom Car Caravan, went all over U.S.
I was trying to get some inspiration from Gene for the paint, you know, talking about paint schemes and whatever.
What color is he gonna paint it?
That's what we've been debating. I wanted to do some kind of heavy metal flake, and he says you do not flake a pickup truck. He said, ask Gene, you don't put metal flake on a pickup truck.
If I was painting it naturally, I'd put a Winfield blend on it. When I painted a car, I paint until I like it. If it takes me 3 hours or 3 days or 3 weeks, doesn't matter. I paint until I like it. Sometimes I'll paint the whole side of a car and I don't like it. I'll repaint it and repaint it as I go. And I create a piece of art with each and every paint job.
Gene gave me some cool tips on the paintwork, and he also had some ideas for the louvers.
Make these 2 outer rows longer, and the way it's made underneath, it'll be easy to rebrace it and leave the center row the way it is. I'm interested in giving it a little more airflow, so it definitely, I think it needs to get more heat out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, well, get your aluminum out and let's get over and start getting ready to do some louvering.
Sounds good. I've been up here to Winfield's a few times, mostly for his car show in the fall, and each time he's got an amazing array of custom projects. There's always something new. It's just cool to look around.
I started very early. I started my first shop in late '46, and I've been going ever since, and I just keep going because I love it. I like to create things. I like to make things different. Every vehicle is a challenge, a little bit of a challenge, and I like to jump in there and make it happen. First louver is very critical. I have to pull it down very slow with my hand to get it so it doesn't punch accidentally. And then I line up the center line. Punch that first one right now. Original louvers were done in an oak block. They were done on all the midget race cars years ago, the small midget race cars. They had louvers all through the hood. My louver is the only louver that I know of in the world that has a peak in the center. It has a slight peak.
I know, that's what I thought was so cool about it. It looks like not like you see on your typical stuff.
I'm surprised nobody's ever copied that. All other louvers in the world, they're flat on top. I put a slight peak in my louver to design it, and when I put it on a curved hood, the rows of louvers look better because of the peak in there. Okay, there we go, 19 of them.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what we needed.
All right. I hope that I was able to teach Ian a few things today while he was here, and every time he comes here, I want to teach him some new things. That's what I like to do. I like to carry it on.
Perfect, man. Totally better than their simple screen or whatever we were talking about.
Yeah,
The louvers
yeah,
did
that's
it.
gonna
I
work
appreciate
great.
it. Gene's the man. He handled this louver job perfectly, gave me a ton of inspiration for the paint job. I thanked him again and again, and I'm on the road. I'm gonna get this thing painted. All the way back from Gene's, just thinking about the paint scheme, I was looking at his truck. That thing is dynamite. It really got me inspired. I told Jack I was just gonna put a sealer coat on the truck, but I went for it. I painted the whole thing. Aha!
I thought you were just gonna seal it yesterday. I walk in today and it's already painted. And I'm thinking, what the hell's going on here? Did I miss a day or something?
I got inspired after seeing Gene's truck, and I just had to go into the color. I had to see this thing painted.
I think we picked the right color, don't you?
I don't know, man. I'm having trouble with it. When I saw it in the can, I was a little like, and then when I sprayed it on the truck, I was a little more like.
When I first saw it, I was very happy with it, but Ian wasn't. He said, we can do more with this thing. What do you think it needs, Ian?
I got plenty of gold metal flake.
No,
You can just spray it on
no,
the
metal
flake line.
No.
Why do you shudder every time?
God, that stuff. Here he goes again. Just adding a little more to what's already good.
My whole issue, even though I'm not a big fan of the color overall, it kind of made the truck just look bland. Well, this is what I was thinking. The way that Gene's truck looked so cool, he had that fade, like the silver pearl fade in the paint.
Yeah.
Something about the sides are so bland. It needs something in the side panels. This monotone is just too mono. It needs more. It needs something to break it up. That's what the old body line did, and now that we deleted that, it just, slab side is nice, but I think it needs something to complement it. I think I'm gonna have to take a lot from my talk with Gene on this, because he says he keeps going with a paint job until he's happy with it. So I just started. I'm gonna keep going until I'm happy with it. All I have to do is convince Jack, we need more, we need better. It's the bottom line. And I think if I just do some kind of cool paint effect on the lower third of it, I pitched Jack some of my ideas.
Whatever you want to do is fine with me. Cool.
He agreed it needed some other element, and he even had ideas for the cab. I get you, right, so
The door here and about 3 or 4 inches across the bottom.
your openings would match again.
Exactly.
You have a
Everything-
really awesome
everything
black
would line
detail.
up.
Just like the fabrication part of this, Jack has his vision.
When Ian just said he wanted to do it, I was all for it. Here, take it and go with it. I think Gene lit the fire. That's what happened. He started thinking about it. That's what makes a great customizer and an average customizer. That one extra step.
I was unsure as to what to do to break up this body line. Seems like a perfect choice with this detail around the windows, but you never know until you spray it, unfortunately. We're really in a good place with this. I knew I could nail this fabrication. I know Jack's got the upholstery. The wild card here is the paint job. I really hope that Jack likes this. We've worked through every other challenge so far. This paint color has been our biggest debate yet, so hopefully this is the right choice. I don't have the experience with paint that I do with metal. I know I could pull some stuff off fabrication-wise, but still, the color and the way the pigments blend, I'm still in the infancy of this whole painters thing. It could go wrong. It could go real wrong. been a long haul, but I got this truck painted. Gene Winfield really inspired the paint job on this. I'm not saying it rivals any of his fades, but it's pretty mellow. It's just the red gradually fades to black right into the rocker panels. And Jack actually wanted to have the window surrounds blacked out as well as the sail panels. By just pushing it this next little bit, it really added to the whole overall look. I really just want to see this thing out of the shop and driving, and then surprise Jack with it.
Ian wanted to surprise me with that fadeaway, and let me tell you, he sure did. It really looks good.
Jack was digging it. Right out of his pocket, first thing is his camera, so I know I'm on a good run here. It's been the story through the whole build is that if he starts taking pictures, you know you hit the mark.
For years, I'd been thinking about this truck. After he painted it, I couldn't believe it. All those little extra things that Ian pushed for have turned out to be perfect.
It's hard to describe what the inspiration for this rear roof would be. It's kind of like El Camino meets spaceship or something, but it fits in with the overall look of the truck perfectly.
The taillights, I love the way they came out. My vision was to have it even. And then when he moved them in and Frenched them in, they looked twice as good.
For me, the best part about this is that crazy transformation. I thought it was good looking as it was. This thing is low, it's sleek, it's high fashion. It's a total show car. Sometimes you see a show car on a rotisserie. It spins around in all directions so you can see it from every angle. So I was doing the same thing in the park because this thing's a runner. I was spinning around, driving in circles.
And I was shooting a video with my camera and I decided, wait a minute, I want to drive this thing too.
So enough is enough. You know, he's the car owner. Unfortunately, it's time for me to hand over the wheel.
But he got out and we switched. I drove it around a couple times to have a little fun. I was surprised how nice it rode.
I guess having the engine in the back kind of changes the dynamic of the front suspension. It drives great. It's like a freaking mutant Cadillac.
It's been fun, it's been inspiring. It was great working with Ian. The fun of doing this is you have to figure all these things out, how to make this work, how to make that fit, and that's the challenge. Once you stand back and look at it and say, that works, you feel great.
It's a ton of work, but each time you see the end result, you kind of forget all that and just look forward to the next. You just can't shake some clients. Here we are, back to Bill's place. He's telling me he's having some trouble with his big red international truck. Bill and I discussed this truck last year, and we never got around to doing anything with it. You know, I've always liked it from the minute I saw it. It's just one of those things, like what guy doesn't like a big old truck?
I've been trying to sell it and not really had any luck. I love it a lot. Nobody else seems to think it's that cool. These 1953 survivors are so rare. They're always beat up, torn up, wrecked. And when I saw this, I went, oh my gosh, look how original this darn thing is. And I guess I'm kind of hooked on the international heavy-duty name, and I don't understand why people aren't as enthusiastic as I am. I thought it would sell the first day.
You just need someone just like you,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
they'll buy it.
Yeah.
You know, I love the huge factor of the whole thing. It's got kind of a Mad Max Road Warrior feel to it, but maybe that's a turnoff to some folks.
Well, when I found this, I was so excited. Look at the cab, Ian. It's cherry. I mean, original cherry. You just don't find it.
That's right, it's
And,
weathered, but...
You know, the doors, everything works perfect. Look at the interior.
You know, sometimes when you have something that's so close to your heart, your passion, it's kind of hard to see how things are from the outside. Some people may be a little bit put off by the sheer amount of spider webs. You know, it looks a little like a haunted house in there. I think it needs some kind of cosmetic upgrade, you know, like the typical used car salesman. He's gonna freshen it up, and I think we can move it. First thing I want to do is get this rig back to the shop. You know, I want to tear off all that heavy metal, get it down to a blank slate, and see what we're dealing with. know you're both very concerned with quality control, etc., but I've got a bunch of stuff to do. We don't even need any debate at this point. I don't want to hear it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do back here 100%. What I do know is the heavy stuff, this massive trailer hitch, doesn't need it. Doesn't need this trailer hitch, and it doesn't need that headache rack. My goal is to get all of this baggage off the rear of the truck. You know, just get it down to the chassis, and then I can build from there. Hi-ya! This is a really heavy, filthy job. But come on, who doesn't like cutting stuff up? Change is tough. You know, these dogs love cars, and all they hear is destruction. So for my next act, I'll remove an exhaust pipe. This exhaust has to go. It's not fitting my vision of the final outcome. That one ain't going in the trash. Excuse me. Now we're going on to the thing I'm looking most forward to getting rid of. This headache rack is a no bueno. Winner! The truck is looking good. It's much lighter feeling. This is the blank slate I saw from the start. Now the cab is really showing itself off. It's just awesome. You know, that big rack was hiding all this cool sheet metal, and fortunately, protected it. No dents, no rust. You know, this truck has tons of possibility. It's looking good, and I got some ideas brewing. Well, nothing starts a good project like a good treasure hunt.
When I collected all this stuff, you know, I thought, oh, well, I can use this for that, or pretty specific about it. Well, Ian, I mean, he's different. And I don't even ask him what he's gonna do. Don't wanna know what he's gonna do. Just wanna watch.
Oh, you got bigger sheets under here. Nice little mouse nest, look at this. I know there's gonna be a large area in the bed of this truck that we're gonna have to fill in. So these big metal sheets are gonna be exactly what I need. Like a diamond in the rough. Nothing says truck like diamond plate, so I think it's a good start for, you know, sheathing materials. Let's see what else we can find. I know this rack here, and I know you got some stuff. Mainly what I'm interested in is these long lengths of tubing. Any project's gonna need some structure, so this is heavy truck stuff. If you're not married to them, I can use them.
All this stuff is available.
Wait a second, you got bed frames here.
Got bed frames.
I need a bed frame. I have a mattress and a box spring.
You're in the right spot.
I just bought a new place, and I pretty much need everything. So Bill's got these 2 bed frames, so I'm in luck. You think it'll do a queen size?
I think it's adjustable.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, look at these steps. What are these from?
Those are, I don't know what they're from.
I know what they're for. Look at that.
Yeah.
You got a whole truck sitting here. It's just in pieces.
Ian kind of looked around and he said, oh, you got this, you got that. You got almost enough for the build. I didn't think I had that much junk laying around here.
What's that from?
I don't remember.
Typical. You know, we've just scratched the surface of Bill's treasure. You know, many a project has been fueled by the treasures of this wild land. Bill's upper 40 has got some stuff. In addition to the piles of stuff, Bill has a couple of storage containers as well. Behind door number 1, I find these cool old cabinets. And the thing is, I'm not counting anything out yet. We're looking at all the potential. We are merely priming the palette of potential. So everything's going to the shop. Well, we've got quite an assortment of goodness, you know, between the metal, the diamond plate, shopping cart rack, 2 cabinets, we're on a roll. I'll get back to the lab and start configuring.
I'm going to be very excited to watch this project and see what he does.
Mush! Mush!
He's a one of a kind.
We got this. This is a really nice change of pace from the other projects I've been working on lately. Instead of building this full custom fantasy show car, I'm challenged to just bring up the natural look of this old truck. I did yank that bumper off the other truck, And I also got some good rusty steel, all that I could find. That front grille, just like the rear end, is just way overkill. I'd really like to show off the international styling instead of this big, angry-looking death bumper. First task at hand is to get rid of this massive front bumper. Yeah! Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. This bumper is really heavy. You know, I'm used to sacrificing for my projects, but I don't want to lose a toe if this bumper comes crashing down. Watch the paint. Well, now it's starting to look a little more like a vintage truck, not some road menace. The stock height on that truck, the frames were right here, which is cool, it makes sense, but I'd like to see it a little bit lower. The whole idea here is to make the truck appear closer to the ground. This international bumper could work with some modifications, but you know, I just want to explore the other options. You know, maybe just do something a little more full custom. This still just looks way like a utility bumper. What if I took this and just turned it? Yeah, that's cool. Brings it down a little, looks lightweight. It actually makes the fenders look really exaggerated now, which is something I wasn't expecting. So far, my assistants aren't impressed. I get you can't just slap a tube on the front of a truck and call it a bumper. I mean, come on, they should know by now. I'm not gonna just stop here. Make that angle like that. The old persuader. Yeah, so you can see, it's gotta come back just a bit more. Just cut right through that, trim it a little more. Not only do the bumper ends need to match the front of the truck, they need to match the other side of the bumper so that it's symmetrical. This is the process of trial and error. You just keep cutting and bending until the angle's right. It's looking good to me, sir. It's gonna be fine. Next step of fabrication is to trim off the bumper end. As strange as it seems, this random piece of bent aluminum is gonna be the gauge. I mean, I seriously just picked this up out of the corner. You need to be zen, in tune with the universe and beyond, to allow yourself to be open to this happy accident thing, you know? Or sometimes maybe you just find a piece of bent molding in the corner and it seems to work. That's the angle of the dangle. You saw it, man. Don't act like it's a surprise. So there's something in this area that I'm really thinking about. See how this and this, it's like it needs something here. Fortunately, Bill's place isn't too far from the shop. You know, I want to take another look at his pipe rack and found some really good square stainless steel tube that I think I can make work. It's exactly what it needed. It's subtle, but it helps. Get the end caps on and it really finishes it off. But right now it's conservative, you can see that's a clean bumper. I want this whole truck to come together as one piece, so for now it's a work in progress. I got some other ideas that are really gonna help with the look of the front end. The primary factor in creating this visor is how the material will bend without any tooling. I want a nice form shape, and that's why I'm using this soft but very rigid plastic as a template. That'll work. I have a sheet of aluminum that will be just the right call for this visor. This is a reasonably difficult shape to make simply because it's symmetrical. The different PVC sizes are helping me to try to form the shape I'm looking for. Just like the top corner of that cap, you see it's a dome, and it's going to require a dome shape to turn that corner. This is an anything goes process. You know, I don't know what result will be offered. I'm just going for it. It's just high spot right there. The hardest part about this is the symmetry. As each fold comes down, they have to look the same. And from the front of the truck, you don't want it to be doing the roller coaster. You want it to look right. It's making the visor appear way more crooked than it is because the light set is on this side of the roof. The biggest problem I was having getting this visor equal left and right was that as much as I put it on the table and envisioned it, every time it went on the truck, it looked like it was off to the side. I just couldn't figure it out until I really studied the placement of the marker lights, and they're over here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start trimming this one and pulling it down. So those 2 points are fixed. I'm just gonna pull this down to match. So there you have it, one full custom visor. This is exactly what I was hoping to see. It took that big arched up window and makes it look a little more aggressive. This looks like it could just be a little more graceful in that this line will probably just come up like that. Maybe in the end I'll put a little center bracket on it, but right now that's perfect. We got other things to deal with.
Aha! So you have been working.
Yeah, a couple revisions, nothing too major, but change it up a little bit.
Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
I love the stance. It looks like you lowered it, how much?
It's gotta be 3 or 4 inches, I forgot.
Yeah, because it was way above the tire. I love that old truck.
Yeah.
And you've just made it better.
Glad to see Bill react so positively. We literally had no discussion as to what I was gonna do.
This is like all your projects. You do them and then I want to keep them. The idea was to sell this.
I'm hearing whisperings from Bill about maybe trying to hold on to this thing, you know? The big plan was to sell it, but now it looks so good, maybe he's buying. I don't know, maybe it's gonna stay home.
I got a present for you for this.
Right on.
It'll help the look of your stance.
Uh-huh.
And let me show you.
Cool. This is the kind of thing that really just explains this car or truck addiction perfectly. Oh, wow, these are cool. These are perfect. Yes,
Just a
Alcoves.
little bling.
Good deal. You can't just stop halfway, right? And Bill's a man with a passion. He steps up every time and brings the good stuff.
These are 22.5 rims, but the tires are a little smaller. They're for a motorhome, actually. I'm working on something for the back, but I'm not gonna share that yet. Want to get them on there?
Yeah, for sure. Mostly what this does is just puts a more modern look. And the truck's lowered, those big truck wheels, they just look stuffed in there. So it goes from like this weird pudgy cartoon look to more like a performance vehicle. Ever since I found these gems up on Bill's Hill, I've had visions of grandeur forming in my head. So the idea is just put some walls on this thing and just wing it. You know?
Okay.
We've got that and those.
Okay.
And how it looks, you know, it will be determined as it develops.
All right.
This is a match made in heaven. Now all that's left is to put it all together.
So we're just gonna come in here and draw a line. We're gonna get rid of this whole piece of tubing, and it'll start new with our shopping cart corral.
I think so. Every time you go to the supermarket from now on, you're gonna be thinking
Yeah.
truck beds everywhere, full
Yeah.
of shopping carts.
Exactly.
Maybe you could start with a grinder on these things, and I'll just plasma cut through the sheet,
Okay.
and then we'll just pop each side off. So if you work on one side, and I'll work on this side. This is the same mode of operation as the front of the truck. Get rid of the ugly and just make it better. Beyond the time-saving aspect of using these corrals, you know, I think the finish of them actually is appropriate for this rustic look. Does that work for you?
It works.
I could see Dominic has turned the corner on this project. You know, he's 100% on board with this concept, but of course, the #1 naysayer is always close by. He's never seen anything like this. Look at that. He's just like, what did I just see? Because it's a pickup truck, we're gonna have bed sides. I got this rusty steel plate, and we're gonna trace it to fit, plasma cut it, and weld it on. As much as I like working alone, to get the thing finished, you need extra help. It doesn't mean I got a casting call. Very selective, only the elite. This round really looks good with the roundness of the truck, but then we'll take that square tube and we'll make that an element for all the trimmings, right from the front to the back.
Same as the front bumper.
Yeah, I think we'll just cover that. See, the cool factor of this concept is it's not just flat, you know, it's dimensional. So you're seeing this round tube and backed up is a flat wall. So it really looks dimensional, as well as the color contrast. As crusty as it is, it's got a cool look. It's not looking like a cart corral anymore, is it?
No.
This is like a freaking work truck. There's still a few loose ends in this rear section, but we've made a ton of progress in establishing the cool look of this bed.
It's gonna turn into the perfect hot rod working man's farm truck.
So this old switcheroo with the shopping cart corral, you ain't seen nothing yet.
All right.
I'm going to Bill's tomorrow. We got a whole new pile of junk coming in. So basically went back to the original design. And I thought it needed more, but it didn't. So what I did was started building on the rear just to kind of take a rear 3/4 view. This is the bare bones of the operation. You know, all of this is going to get sheeted back in. You know, this is all just the fabrication to be super strong. And then to finish off the visual part of it, I'm going to put a small tailgate on it, maybe around this tall. Bill had a whole ton of this stainless steel angle iron, and it's too good to pass up. This tailgate needs to function like any other tailgate on a truck, but it's got to fit the style of what we've been building so far. I don't need it to fall all the way down. I'm going to want it to fall pretty much level, horizontal. Like any other truck, I need something else to hold the tailgate horizontal for loading and unloading. Fortunately, in Bill's pile of stuff, I spotted a crusty old chain. So, you can see that thing is aged to perfection. Sometimes you need a piece of chain that's been sitting in a puddle for 15 years. Today was the day. It's a trip. It's got a funky beat, and I can really bug out to it. All right, hopefully I learned how to measure. Man, that is one burly tailgate. It's just like every other old farm truck. You put one more piece of chain right there. Tailgate looks good. The last fabrication detail on the rear of this is to just sheath in this area below it where the license plate's gonna go. So weird how this works. That just did exactly what that side panel did yesterday. You're on a roll, you're trucking through it. I don't like it. Right from the start, I was thinking that this was just gonna have a plate covering it so you wouldn't see the rear suspension, and as soon as it was in place, all the plans changed. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but you got this kind of, you know, very mechanical structure. You're seeing the mechanical stuff, and then you come in there with this, and there it is, it's just a big slab wall. It's hard to describe how one little piece can change, you know, this entire rear look of the vehicle, but just in looking at it, it makes a perfect example. I can be, what's the word? Impulsive. I can be impulsive. Come back and this whole thing's cut apart because the license plate doesn't look right. The theme here is clearly less is more. You know, I tore all that heavy metal off the truck trying to make this massive thing look a little bit lighter duty. Truck looks better by the lack of extra stuff. All right, so next course of action is to get this cab looking a little bit better. Nothing wrong with Christmas, but the red and green kind of keeps it pigeonholed. This vinyl sticker, it worked well for its previous life, so I will bring out my laser gun and I'm gonna laser them right off. Wow, if this is what the truck looked like when he put the stickers on, that's pretty wild. Now that I'm pulling these stickers off, I never really paid any mind to it, but there is a painted sign under here. There's a texture of brush strokes. I see an S. This is like an excavation project. We found the owner. We found Ray Dennison. If he was around today, I'd like to have a little talk with him about what this truck's been through. That way he knew when he came out of the bar at night which truck was his. It's like, I think there is some advantage to having a logo on the side of like a working truck. I'm just not sure that this one is right for the truck specifically. This green stripe is not helping the truck in any way. I think bringing it back to just one color is the ticket. The whole plan here is minimalist, so I sanded off this green stripe and in doing so, hit bare metal. I'm just gonna take some spray cans and lay it on there. Hopefully the color works. Truck's really coming together. Every little thing helps. I got one more idea that I think is really gonna cement it. Scratch is big into vintage, period correct stuff, so this project is right up his alley.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
so
it.
nice.
Yeah. My idea for this was, you know, I like some kind of sign on the door. I love the script. Where does Orange Truck come from? Was it like an orange grove in Florida or something?
So every time I would go somewhere, people would just walk up to me, hey, is that your orange truck outside?
It's like
so
a
I'm
gold
like,
car.
I just wrote orange truck on the side of it so everybody would know that that's orange truck.
Perfect.
Aren't you glad I drove it today?
Yeah. I mean, yours is orange. What about like Old Red?
It's like old red or ol red.
I like Old, like with the little
L and the
apostrophe, yeah. And I was thinking, I love this edge striping that you did on yours.
Yeah.
I definitely want that. Because before with the big grill, you didn't see this at all. So it's like, I love those little whiskers coming off.
Okay. There's all these like really nice accent lines here and here that should just be like highlighted a little bit. We have that belt line up there and stuff like this. And like you said, the whiskers here and here.
And also something that would be like a classy work truck. So you show up and you look respectable. It's not like all rockabilly'd out or anything.
Yeah. It doesn't need to look like nonsense. It needs to look like a work truck.
My favorite thing is to work with other artists because if you try to instruct them, you're not going to get the maximum potential. So you got to let them roll their dice, do whatever they like, and then, kind of take it in. Do whatever you want. I got a couple errands to run. Could take all day. So I'm looking forward to what you do. Like I say, no demands, do your thing.
You don't want to talk about the...
Nope.
Okay.
I want to be surprised.
Artist freedom.
Yes. I'm looking forward to see how this pans out.
So right now I'm just kind of like brainstorming and then jotting down my ideas. I remember my uncles walking around with like a match in their mouth all the time. Maybe do the ol and then the little mark to the side could be a match. I kind of like that, like a little blue tip match with some fire coming off of it. With this, I'm trying to make it look old. If I would have painted that solid, 30 years from now, it would have faded like that. It's so good to work with Ian because he just trusts me and I can just do whatever I want. The first time I met Ian, I interviewed for a job to work for him. We kind of always stayed in touch. We were around the corner from each other. So when he needed pinstriping work, I was there to help. A little maroon drop shadow here, so I wanted it to be darker than the body. It needed that pop, Oh wow, yeah, that looks way better. So I'm just gonna do little accents around these edges here. Von Dutch is the modern day pinstriper, that he basically invented that. Somebody had messed up a gas tank and they wanted him to just kind of like outline it and like hide all the scratches. He just became more and more known for doing that, and that's where pinstriping kind of came from.
This project's a bit different than my other ones simply because I didn't know what I had to do here. It would be way easy to go off the rails like I typically do, but fortunately I was able to keep it in check. I drove it over here to Bill's, and if there's one thing that Bill loves, it's old international trucks.
Wow, Ian, you've arrived.
Got a little change. Looking a little different than it did last time.
Woo! You're another miracle.
Old Red at your service. One surprise that Bill brought over was these back rims. They are massive. I love the aluminum rims, but then when you brought in those big super singles in the back, it's like race car stuff. I mean, looking at it in the shop, you don't even get the vibe until it's outside.
It looks like a big pickup truck.
Yeah. The thing is, I saw this truck in a completely different light than what was presented. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, love it. I got plans already. With a very limited budget and short time frame, a couple key choices really transformed the rig. The first day when I was just taking stuff, I didn't know if I was going to end up with like a lot of aluminum features on this or whatever, but literally you see everything came off of the hill and it just kind of melded together.
Those shopping cart holders or whatever you call them, I thought when you were taking those, I thought, what in the world is he going to do with those? I made some comments about the shopping cart corrals, but they are absolutely perfect on there. Just a great, great job.
I know you're looking to get out the door and sell it, so.
That was the plan. Like all your projects you do, always fall in love with them. I think I'm going to keep it for a while and cruise it. Why wouldn't I cruise it around? Look at it. I'm excited. Now, I'm going to bring my wife down and see if she's excited.
I know, that was the kid. That was part of the deal from the start. But all we did was move the stuff from the top of the hill back down to the bottom.
Yeah. How could you not love that truck?
You got to drive this thing. It's Same truck, but it's way cooler. It actually has suspension now, so.
Well, I need some firewood. You want to go with me and we'll pick it up?
Yeah.
You
Cool
got
deal.
time?
Yeah, I got all day. That's what I
Okay.
do.
Let's
I hang
do it.
around.